Good evening, Paterson. We are here for our workshop meeting on January the 13th. We're here for our workshop meeting 6:30 p.m. and we're ready to begin. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Yes. Roll call for the workshop session of January 13th, 2026. Councilwoman Cotton.
Here.
Thank you. Councilwoman Davila.
Present.
Councilman Jackson. Councilman Khalid.
Present.
Councilman Mendez. Councilman Omar.
Present, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Udin. Councilman Velez.
I'm here, Madam Clerk.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman Mims.
Here, Madam Clerk.
Council President, I'm sorry. We have 6 that are present and 3 absent at this moment.
Payment of bills, Madam Clerk, can you read the statement of compliance?
Statement of compliance, January 13, 2026, at 6:30 p.m. Adequate notice of this meeting was compiled and disseminated in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law in the following manner. 1, the annual meeting notice of regular meetings and workshop sessions of the Municipal Council was compiled for the year 2025-2026 on or about July 1st, 2025. 2, a schedule of the regular meetings and workshop sessions of the Municipal Council for the year 2025-2026 was duly transmitted on or about July 1st, 2025 to the North Jersey Herald, the Record, the Arabic Voice, the Italian Voice, the Passaic County Pulse, Dominicana News, La Quisqueya International, El Especial, the Paterson Press, the City Post News, Tap Into Paterson, the Weekly Bangla Patrika, in addition to any other publication duly requesting such notices. 3, the schedule of the regular meetings and workshop sessions of the Municipal Council for the year 2025-2026 was prominently posted in the lobby of City Hall first floor in the place reserved for the announcements of this type. 4, the schedule of the regular meetings and workshop sessions of the Municipal Council for the year 2025-2026 was duly filed with the Municipal Clerk. And 5, a copy of the schedule of the regular meetings of the Municipal Council was mailed to any person who requested and paid the fee authorized by the Open Public Records Act. Council President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item 5 is moving forward on the second reading. Item number 50, per the chair, it was not discussed in committee. It will be removed. Item number 50 is being removed. That needs to go through the Health and Human Services Committee, which has not taken place, and the chair asks for further discussion on item number 50.
Removed, item number 50?
It is, yes, until further notice.
Okay.
Councilwoman.
Back to committee.
Okay.
One second. And number 44 needs to be at committee as well.
Back to committee, okay.
Councilwoman.
And 55 is there. Can we do payment of bills first, Councilman, and then payment of bills, Madam Clerk?
I'm sorry, Councilwoman, can we go back to 55? What did you say?
No, 55 is my item.
No, 55 is fine. I'm sorry. 55 is the item. I want to make sure.
Okay.
44.
I have 44, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Payment of bills.
President. At this time, council members, you have before you the summary of disbursements in the amount of $7,058,756.85. This was a payroll week of the majority of the $7 million is $5,575,293.26 is payroll. Computerized checks is of $1,483,463.59. The majority are for community development funds, which are grants being paid and statutory expenditures. My motion is for payment of bills. Oh, in addition, if I can, Councilman Velez, the item that you have requested came through email. It is not in this payment of bills, and you do have a thorough with backup of the item you requested. Like I said, my motion is for payment of bills.
Thank you. Motion by Councilwoman Davila,
discussion.
second by Councilman Khalid and Omar. Discussion, Councilman Velez.
Quick, through the chair,
Council President, to CFO, Mr. BA. First of all, welcome, Mr. BA, to your first workshop meeting. I'm kind to like you. I'm just kidding. He knows already I'm a happy camper. CFO, in this payment of bills that we spoke about payroll, or any payment of bills here, paying employees, is any chance of, is any payment of retroactive police, fire, employees, union payback or whatever in this bill?
In this bill, no, Councilman.
No? Now we're in 2026, a new year. I know we didn't want to start in zero in disbursement, this and that, because we didn't want to have, to do another meeting to approve what we approved last meeting. When are we going to have that finalized? The pay, retro pay, I spoke to one of the employees from the court. They still waiting for retro pay, especially those that already are settled, that we already voted in this council to approve those agreements. Can you bring what is on, who is on, and what, department? If it's police department, if it's fire, if it's DPW, if it's any other department that we own retro pay, that we have to take it out of the way. Can you bring it to the next meeting or email me for I could elaborate a little bit more on it and why we should not hold that money? They waiting for that. Council
Yes.
President.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilman. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Roll call on the payment of bills in the amount of $7,058,756.85. Councilwoman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davila?
And just before I vote, CFO, just addressing that this summary of disbursements are for previous, right? This was the last payroll of, I believe, 1/2/26, am I correct? And so I know that there has been a conversation about retros, and that should be seen in the next payroll, which would be the following payment of bills.
Okay.
There's no back and forth and roll call.
All right. My vote is yes.
Thank you. Councilman Jackson, Councilman Kalik?
Yes.
Thank you. Councilman Mendez? Councilman Omar?
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Councilman Udine? Councilman Velez?
Before I vote, CFO, if it's possible, you could put that on the record after I vote and we finalize the vote, that put on the record, because it's a valid question, and it's good for us to know on this side, but the public and those employed watching this meeting needs to know what the CFO is compromising to the next payroll payment of bill that we have. We've been waiting for this money. It's not fair. Another contract is still on the business, and it's going to get packed. And we want to kill whatever we own to our city employees, that they deserve that retro pay. Saying that, payment of bill, my vote is yes.
Thank you. Councilman Udine, we're voting on the payment of bills.
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
No, you didn't
Councilman Udine?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Council President. My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Thank you. The votes,
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
thank you so much, Council President. The votes are 8 in favor, 2 absent. Payment of bills is hereby adopted.
Madam Clerk, the following items, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 will be on, and 13 will be on consent.
Okay.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 consent.
8 is ordinance.
Right, well, 8 is moving forward.
Oh,
First reading.
sure.
25,
Hold up.
26,
wait a
one
minute.
second, Councilwoman, 26 through 33 is on consent. 26 through 33. Police items 38, 60 for our great Lieutenant Eason. Both items will be on consent. 38 and 60,
38 and 60?
and 60
38 and 60?
are both on consent.
Okay.
For our fire department, 45, 46 are both on consent.
47.
Number 25 is on, let's go 34 through 37 will be on consent.
Well, 25, what's the number you said?
34 through 37, Health and Human Services. Fire, we have 45 and 46 as
Health
well
and-
as on consent.
Yeah, consent, yeah.
45 and 46. Public Works, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43.
Consent,
All
consent, go over consent, yeah.
47 is consent, 48 is for signage, consent, 49 is regular, 52 is consent, 53, consent.
52 is an ordinance.
What's 50,
Well,
I'm sorry?
the first reading ordinances will move forward. 53, Madam Clerk, will be on regular. 54, you want that on consent for Heritage Month, consent? Muslim Heritage Month?
Yes, consent.
54, consent.
Are you
52,
saying-
Council President, 52 is an ordinance.
It's moving forward, I said.
I know, oh,
I said we're moving forward.
yeah, but it's, okay.
No, we're moving
The
forward.
first reading, moving forward. That's
I
exact-
understand that, Council President, but is it moving forward for the first reading, correct?
Yes, moving
Okay,
forward in the
But
first
it's not
reading.
saying here, that's why.
Yes, moving forward in the first reading.
I used to keep
Item
54,
number 14,
54 should be regular.
Madam President.
okay, 54
Can I put
regular.
54 regular?
is regular.
Yeah.
Number 14, consent. Number 15, consent.
Hold on, no, 14.
Number 16, consent. 17, consent. 18, consent. 19 through 24, all on consent. 25 is regular.
What do you said about 15?
What
Anything?
number?
15?
Consent.
Can you add me to
Your
that?
name should be
question?
on there.
Yes, I don't see that here.
Co-sponsored by Councilman Udine on 15.
15? Thank you.
I did request that in my email.
All right, thank you.
Item 55 should be sponsored by Councilman Shaheen Khalik.
Madam
Regular,
President.
Number 55.
Madam President.
I'm
Wait a
sorry?
second. You
Which-
said number 15 is what?
Number 15 is on consent.
But that item never came before the committee. I told you that before. It never came before nobody.
Which one is that?
15.
I have it on
Right.
consent. We could put it on regular. This item was
It never
presented in
came before
December.
nobody, like
It was presented in
I'm just
November for
surprised.
December. I pulled it, now it's here.
I'm
We need to
surprised.
move this forward before the retirement without discussion in the public.
Council President,
So
I'm sorry.
15 said regular?
I said consent, so that's not discussed in the public.
Okay.
Which item is that, are you referring to? 15?
Yes.
Okay, non-consent, thank you.
Council President, can I
Yes.
please?
For which item?
No, in general, we are being televised, correct?
Yes.
And I'm looking at the faces of the people looking on this side, and I know that we in workshop, and we are calling 51 consent, 25 here, go over there, at least for the benefit of the audience watching us through TV land, and those here, if they don't have a agenda in front of them, they don't know what we're talking about.
Okay, that's fine.
So for the healthy to be transparent on what we're doing here, we should at least read the title.
That,
And then move it whatever you want, consent or whatever,
Point
to be
taken.
just, yeah, to just
point
be.
taken, thank you.
Thank you.
Item 61 is a resolution solicitation of bids for the citywide road resurfacing program, which encompasses various roads in the city of Paterson. Consent or regular, council members? Consent. And then on the 62 is also road resurfacing for 19th Ave, Beckwith, and Robert Street,
Consent, that's fine.
which has been a major concern in the community.
Yes.
On consent. On 61 and 62 are regular. We're now down to the last two items. Item number 6 has been introduced here. We have 2 items, and then we're going to open up public portion for the community. Item number 6 has been presented before this council many times for the increase of our UCC codes in regards to moving them forward. There was a delay. This item is on for second reading. We did discuss this in fullness 3 or 4 times in the meeting, but if there can be a brief overview for item number 6, and then we'll move on to the last item, number 7 as well. Number 6,
Council President.
Mr., if you'll come forward, please. Item number 6 is an ordinance amending Chapter 183 Construction Codes, uniform of the Paterson Municipal Code pertaining to certain fees. It is in the second reading at this point. As you're standing in, I'm sorry, for economic development. If you can speak to the increase of fees on item number 6.
I'm going to speak on behalf of Mike. Is it on? Okay. Good evening. I'm going to be
What's items? What's items?
Good evening, folks. Mr. Ahmed Salim, the construction official, unfortunately was unable to be here tonight. He had an emergency with his child. So in regards to that, I will be speaking on his behalf, and anything that you may need regarding the increase of the UCC fees. It is estimated to go, it is requested, at least being proposed, for a 10% increase across the board for mostly all the fees. As you well know, the city of Paterson has not had any kind of increase since 2010, respectively, and also since 2011 on almost all the fees. Now, the proposal that was placed before you last time that he was here had been in conjunction and in comparison to the 3 major cities. You had Newark, Jersey City, and another location down South Jersey. Beyond that, there is also has been recognized that there are a majority of items that throughout the state of New Jersey, there has been fees, but the city of Paterson has not been charging fees at all, such as simple water tanks or other on the plumbing side, valves specific on the commercial side. So there's an enormous amount of deficiencies throughout the city of Paterson on the fees that have been recognized that have not been charged prior to the proposal that you have had in your hands. That's why it is imperative that we take and highly consider moving forward with these increases, as well as it will help to level out the deficiencies needed throughout the UCC department relative to the amount of employment that it's needed.
You're done with the
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. Discussion, Councilman Jackson.
I'm sorry. So the last statement you made, you said it's required or it's being requested because to level out what exactly?
It's being requested because in the city of Paterson, the last fees that were actually applied for or done was back in 2010. So no increases have been done in the city of Paterson.
How much money has been generated last year through fees?
Approximately 1.2
1.2.
million, I'm sorry.
I understand what 1.2 means. Does that include or exclude the delinquent, uncollected sewer connection fees?
It is not included.
It's not included?
No, sir.
So with that, for the last year or so, how much would it have been?
I would not be able to tell you those.
How much does it cost for operations for that department?
Approximately $1 million plus.
Approximately?
Yes, sir.
How can we go through that? You said you're here to prepare to answer every question on behalf of the construction subcode
You are correct.
Okay.
Now, I will try my best to fill in the best as possible. Unfortunately,
You didn't say that when you started. You said you're here prepared to answer every question. If you're here to
No, I'm
present.
not fully prepared to present.
So
Unfortunately,
let's
at the
start,
last
let's start
moment-
with how we derive at 1 point. You didn't give it, you said approximately 1 point whatever million.
That is correct.
Okay, so how are we getting there?
It is from the last time that Mr. Met was here that he provided the numbers. Now,
What numbers what
Mr.
numbers did he
Met Salim, the
provide?
construction official.
He didn't provide any numbers. What numbers did he provide? The what? You turned your mic off.
The paperwork that he submitted on the last workshop.
The paperwork he submitted, this is a workshop today, correct?
Today's workshop, the previous workshop, sir.
Okay, so would those not be the same documents that will be presented today, or is it different documents that's being presented today?
No, they would have been the same.
So what I'm asking is, you're saying that it is approximately $1 million or so. How are we getting there? We have, the director's salary is approximately how much?
120.
120. And you're the assistant director, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and what would that salary be?
100.
100. So,
Excuse me, sir,
so-
but in regards to your question, is this relative to the UCC or to economic development?
It's relative to UCC. Would these fees being, you said these fees are being increased to enhance the operations of that department, correct?
That is correct. The reason why I'm asking is because I'm not part of UCC. That's-
Okay, so scratch that. So that's not included in this approximate $1 million. So from there, how many employees do we have, and what's their approximate salaries that we're deriving to this $1 million?
You would have 4 subcodes at a 90,000 apiece.
At 89, you said?
Correct.
Okay.
You have 4 inspectors at 80,000 each.
4 inspectors at 80,000 each?
That's correct.
Which inspectors are
Building
those?
inspectors, electrical, fire, plumbing, and building, electrical, fire, and plumbing.
Those aren't your subs?
No, subcodes are 90,000.
Okay, and 4 inspectors at 80,000.
That's correct.
Okay, and what else?
You have an assistant construction official at 110.
Mr. BA, I'm gonna need to know who has that position. I don't want to do it now on record, but we're gonna need to know who's carrying that position. Okay, continue.
You have the construction official at 120.
You said that already. We had that. That was the top one.
Okay. You have 4 part-timers, and those are based on a 20-hour work, 10 hour per week, 20 hour per cycle.
Okay, Mr. BA, we're gonna need the names of all these people that he's talking about. We got 4 subs, 4 inspectors, and 4 part-timers?
That's correct.
Okay, and that salary is about approximately how much?
Those are hourly. Subcodes are at 75 an hour.
Okay, so what are we paying them? Estimate how many hours are they doing? And
Based on a 20-hour pay cycle.
20-hour pay
That's
cycle.
correct.
At $75.
Yes.
Okay, so. There's 4 of them?
That's correct. That's on the books.
So we're just gonna do 1. 6 week 312. Okay, go ahead.
Council President.
Go ahead.
Then you have the staff, administrative staff.
Okay. Now, all of those positions that you quoted off, they're all filled?
No, sir.
Wait a minute. So the numbers you're giving me, out of those 4 positions that we have on the TO, how many are vacant?
Subcodes right now, we have 2 full-time subcodes.
Okay.
You have on the building side, excuse me, on the inspector side, you have one, I'm sorry, you have three on the subcodes, my apologies. You have on the building side, one, on the inspectors, you have two.
Two.
You, obviously,
The assistant director's position's filled?
that is full-time.
Is the assistant director's position filled?
Yes,
Is that person carry a license?
yes,
What license?
multiple licenses. They have all 4 disciplines.
They have all 4?
Correct.
The assistant?
Yes.
Does the director have all 4?
The construction official, no. He
The
has construction official license as well as building subcode.
Okay. So he has a different certification, a construction official certification.
Correct.
The assistant does not have that?
No.
Okay. All right, so what else? So we have 3 subs, 2 inspectors, 1 director, 1 assistant, and you said there were 4 part-timers. Are those all filled?
No, you have 2 subcodes, part-time, and you have 2 building part-times.
Okay, so are they paid at a different rate?
No, same rate.
They're paid $75 an hour,
Subcode part-time, correct.
and the building, $75 an hour,
Building, no, inspectors at $50,
$50 an hour.
the building.
So we have 2, okay, and then 2 at $50 an hour. Okay, what else?
Then you have the staff. You have 1 administrative assistant,
How much?
70. You have currently employed 2 technical assistants at 50 each. You have 2 clerk 2s at 40 each.
2 clerks at 40?
Correct, clerk 2s. And you have 1 clerk 1 at 34.
So the point I'm getting at while I add all of this up, right, is we're increasing fees. We don't even have all the positions filled now. We already, there's an enormous backlog where it's taking months, possibly years to get permits. I've had to come down there and assist various residents on having difficulties on getting permits. I'm trying to understand how now increasing the fees, you guys don't even render I don't want to say a quality service because that's still to be questioned. But you're not rendering a typical time span of which other municipalities are turning things over. We're talking about municipalities like Jersey City and Newark that are far greater than we are. And we want to increase fees for what exactly? I'm trying to understand, like, how does increasing the fees increase the timeliness or the bettering services?
You're absolutely right. Our time, though, although slow and very cumbersome, has, I would say, dramatically gotten much better, especially in the way the constituents or the applicants are being served. One, and predominantly with respect, and I believe you can attest to that yourself, sir. I know because I've personally dealt directly with the UCC department in order to help the quality of service being rendered. And you're also correct as far as the timeliness. We have diminished, though, dramatically, because when I started there at 2024, the average return for a permit of an application was 6 to 9 months at a minimum, at best. We're counting down to about 90 to 120 days. I'm not saying that is the best. The best scenario would be to be on par with 21 days as the state requires. But we can go throughout the entire state, and I highly doubt any single municipality is on par. Most of them are. But one of the biggest reasons is that we are heavily understaffed. As from when I first started, we're supposed to have four full-time subcodes, 4 full-time inspectors, and so on and so forth. We're barely working at a 50% capacity. Now, in regards to your specific questions to why increase the fees, two prompt response. A, it is a state requirement that the fees have to be addressed and put on par with the state minimum. And two, it is so we could have the adequate amount of funding necessary that is on its own so we can have the full staff. And this is the other part, and this is, I have been personally involved with this. For a year and a half, we've had an open position for a building subcode at 90,000. Now, we've not had one single applicant that has been qualified through the state of New Jersey. And that's because other towns, municipalities, are offering 120, 150,000 for the same position and for a lot less work.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I mean, the amount of work that we have going on, the amount of permits that's being pulled in Paterson, far, far outnumbers a municipality like Wayne. Wayne is paying their staff a lot more than we are. I find it very hard to believe that the volume that's coming through there right now with all of the permitting, possibly if there was if people weren't being allowed to do all the illegal work that they're doing. I've reported to your office a number of different times. I reported it to the director. I reported it to the building subcode official. You got properties that's already just fully built houses that's not being managed. You got residents that's calling up. People just build a whole house in their backyard, and there's an allotted $10,000 per day fine that to be assessed. Now, so you're telling me right now that we are currently under the state required fee guidelines?
Yes.
Where are those? Where can I find those fee guidelines? That would be located where?
It'll have to be. You see, I would not be able to give you the specific.
What do you mean?
In other words, I don't have that information with me. Unfortunately,
Wait.
You
don't need to have it with you. You don't need to have it with you. Obviously, if you're telling me there's a state, just like you could find any statute or any law that's implemented by the state, I should be able to find right now what those state minimum guidelines are that you're referencing.
You would have to look under DCA, the DCA state fees, construction fees.
Maybe Councilman Velez could help us with the chat GPT. I'm sorry, Council President. And you're saying that there's published. And how long have we been under these key influences? Each town sets its own fee schedule. So checking with your specific local construction code is crucial. In New Jersey, there is not a single statewide minimum subcode fee. Man, you're just gonna come here and lie to my face, dude. Like, I'm trying to understand this. What is the minimum fee schedule for the state of New Jersey? You're the assistant director. You come in before this council and telling me that we're under the minimum state required fee.
That's correct.
So
why would you say that I'm lying to you?
What is the minimum fees that the state requires?
I would then strongly advise that you contact DCA, sir.
Strongly advise. I'm contacting you. I'm talking to you.
Right now.
You're here presenting to me a non-factual. You are a liar.
No, sir.
You are a liar.
What
you're doing right now is bringing. Do you understand this is a quasi-governmental agency that you come in here taking testimony before us, rendering false information can be considered a criminal?
No, it's
You're-
not. So
Yours is not.
Mr. Washington.
And I strongly advise
You're
you
here-
contact DCA. Yes, I am here, and I'm not the construction
Point of
official.
order, point of order.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
One
wait a
second,
minute.
Councilman Jackson.
Okay, what's the point of order?
Just one second. So, two people cannot speak, because anytime a point of order is called, you have to call the violation. The councilman has the floor. I understand your concern.
We have a dialogue. He can
One
communicate
second,
back.
Councilman Jackson. So if you don't have it before you, just send that information at a later time.
Wait a minute,
Councilman
wait a
Jackson.
minute, wait a minute.
Councilman Jackson.
The facts that he's presenting tonight is that the city of Paterson is far under the state-required minimums. Now, we are connected to the internet. This is public information that the state does publish. I'm incapable at the moment of finding this minimum that you're referencing. Then you're going to tell me, as the body, a member of the body in which you're presenting these non-factual contexts to, that I need to contact DCA for something that you're presenting to me, that you came here, sir, yet again, unprepared.
Yet again, remind me, when was the first time you and I talked about this?
It wasn't about this. It was about you taking defense of the UEZ director, of which you then previously also stated incorrect information before this council, in which you was incapable of defending. And I don't know how long you prepared for this, because I'm sure they didn't send you in here blind. You're going to come here and tell me tonight, first of all, you have no information. You have just about zero information. You're going to tell me that the cost to run the department is approximately. So we got to go through this whole song and dance so I could put my numbers together, because you failed to present this information. Now I ask you a simple question based on the fact that you stated that we're now seeing was not a fact, that is in fact a lie. Because you're going to say to me that the city of Paterson is under the state required minimums. Do you hold any kind of license that within the building subcode division?
No, I do not.
You do not. So your expertise is what? Where's your expertise? How are you an expert? Why are you the one here presenting this when you have obviously no information and no
Point of order, Council
understanding?
President. Point of order, Council President.
One
Sure.
second.
Can you ask him what the point of order is?
Yes. Can I have
Councilman
the point of order
Velez,
to see if it's valid? I don't know. We here discussing.
Councilman Velez, if you're calling a
order.
point of order, you have to
Yes.
state what the violation is. What is the violation?
The point of order is, Council President, and I think you could agree with me, is that we discussing something that is clear. We are amending the chapter of construction codes uniform to question a director, a deputy director, or somebody come here to present what we have in front of us to justify if it's fair or not, to question him, his expertise, his background in education or whatever, that's out of order for me, because it's not had to be relevant at all with what we're talking now. If he have a solution of 20 minutes talking about what he's talking, if he has a solution better than what you have, then we can move forward. But question his ability to be up there, and this is the thing that we have to stop here. Belittling the directors, employees that come here with expertise or whatever, presenting to us is good. But to question his professionalism and his background, education is out of order.
So just to respond to the point of order, Mr. Washington, the information that's being requested, if you don't have it with you, please.
Council President.
One second, Councilman
That's not
Jackson.
answering to the point
No,
of
but
order.
I know, but
You're now, you can, I appreciate if you
No,
give me
I'm
the
gonna
information, but
answer
can
it.
you please, because he's interrupting me while I have the floor,
Councilman
which
Jackson,
you
let me-
allowed. He
let me
called
just
for a point of
respond.
order, and we
Let
need
me-
an answer to his
let
point
me-
of order.
Let me respond. The information that's being requested, please make sure it is sent. Councilman Velez, I understand your concern is not something that is stated for a violation of a point of order. Councilman Jackson still has the floor. Councilman Jackson.
First of all, to the public, when you have a seated elected official that doesn't understand his role and doesn't understand the responsibilities of the council. In fact, someone's level of expertise and someone's knowledge of the fact of the context of what is being presented is in fact very much so relevant. Because if someone is coming before this city council presenting information that is inaccurate, it is the council's job. I mean, I can't help it if other people don't have the capacity to understand what's at stake here. But here we are looking to take an aluminum bat to the constituents' heads. We all know through past practices that if you're a developer, that you can circumvent certain fees. In fact, if that was not the case, the state wouldn't be in control of the very department that this gentleman is speaking in reference of today. Now, yet again, Mr. Washington, so maybe you can help me bring some clarity. I'm sure you have what's called a smartphone, and I'm sure you have, through your expertise, not your official training and or certification, because you acknowledge that you have none of those, but there has to be some level of expertise that you bring to the table that renders you a semi-expert in this area in which you're going to have the audacity to come. See, maybe they may let you lie to them, but I won't. You're not a resident of the city. You have a salary. You don't hold any licenses. Through today's exercise, you've proven not to have any background or expertise in the area. Yet, you want this council to go along with the notion of increasing fees that more than likely the general public is going to have a difficult time paying, and you can't even state why. The best answer you gave was, we are under the state minimum requirements. I wish this was like NFL Sunday, where we could bring the replay back so I can show you that those was your words. That's not my words. You said that the state has a minimum required fee assessment guideline. Now, let me go back to the context. In New Jersey, there isn't, meaning is not, a single statewide minimum subcode fee. Instead, minimum fees vary by municipality and are set locally, generally range from $70 to $90 plus for a basic permit. Now, what is the proposed amount that you are proposing for a basic permit?
I do not have that information in front of me. That will have to be rendered by the construction official.
You don't have that either?
No, I do not. I believe I stated that at the beginning.
No, you said you don't have everything.
I don't have.
But you said you were here to speak on his behalf and to answer to the questions that the council has.
So, Councilman Jackson, I want to welcome our new business administrator, Mr. Gallabak, and he's going to respond to the line of questioning. Mr. Gallabak?
Thank you, Council President. And good evening, Paterson and council members. Just want to make a few comments based on the back and forth, and then I'll yield the floor. Councilman, we'll get you the breakdown of that department, the names, the salary amounts as you requested. You'll certainly get that this week. Just in terms of the staffing, because there was a lot of talk about the different positions being vacant. Active postings, just January 8th, 5 days ago, several of those positions were posted, so the city is trying within the salary constraints provided by the council or by contract to fill those positions. And just, I want to, in defense of the director, in the sense that I don't think there's any attempt by anyone to intentionally mislead the fee situation here.
So what was the intent?
So if I may, Director, it is possible that there are many things within the DCA, within the state, where agencies put out strong recommendations, strong standards, but are not necessarily codified by statute. So it may be that we're a couple of words here are kind of changing the situation here. But I want to make one last point. This isn't solely coming from the administration because this is the policy we want and this is the most important priority on the agenda. We're putting the 26 transitional aid application together, and as everyone knows, this item was on the 25 MOU. The administration has an obligation to bring it to this legislative body. This legislative body, every council member has their own rights and voting rights, but if it didn't even get to the table, we would have a very hard time being taken serious in the 26 application. So it isn't solely that this is the #1 list priority of the administration. It is something that we agreed that the city would look at and visit to maybe one day get to a balanced budget without state aid. So those are the comments I have, Council President.
Councilwoman Davila.
I'm not done.
One second.
I'm not done. I still have the floor.
Well, Councilman Jackson, you should allow other council members also to be able to
You
speak.
had plenty of time before I got here. Nobody said anything.
We just
Nobody
started
wanted to
the-
say anything. Nobody had
we
any
just
questions
started
for
this item.
anyone.
Well,
You're almost halfway through the agenda without
Council-
one question being asked.
Thank you very much, Council
okay.
President.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to just quickly read, because I see the questioning being asked, and I'm going to just say, I apologize to you. You should not be chastised the way you are, being attacked the way you are. You are the Assistant Director of Economic Development. There is a director. There is someone also who oversees this. I think you started by saying there was an emergency. Things happen. But I want to just refer, Councilman Jackson continues to speak. The numbers and the information and the increases, everything is here. There's 9 pages to it. But I wanted to just read something, because understanding that you're indicating that there's no statute in place or whatever, right? Here it says, whereas Chapter 183 has been amended over time to update fees and comply with state law requirements and local needs, including, and there's various ordinances and different years that this has been done. The third paragraph says, whereas fees established under the Uniform Construction Code, UCC, are intended to defray the city's cost of administering construction office operations, including staffing, inspections, plan reviews, and state-mandated surcharges for training and certification. And it goes on. So this is in writing here, right? So you're asking certain things. Just by me reading this, right, and what, our new BA, which I say welcome to you on your first council meeting in Paterson, I understand that, this is before us, and that, yes, there was an MOU in place, and, it's difficult for us, right, to look at, these items, especially when there's increases, right? And there's certain council members here that want specifics. I don't want to know who's working in the job, all right? That's not our responsibility, okay? We're legislators here. We have to make sure that that the money's in the budget, right, that's presented to us so we can move forward. But we have mandates. We have mandates as council members. There's an MOU that is before us that we all sign off that we read. And so I'm looking at this. I know that this has been an item that it's been taken off. It's been in committees. It comes to workshop. It's taken off a workshop, and now it's here for a second reading. So I don't know how this council is going to go and move forward. All right, but it's obvious to us that we do have a fiduciary responsibility.
Council President.
And because we get monies from the state through DCA and through our MOU, all right, there are certain mandates. Now, if we did it, it's like receiving welfare, right? And you become a CWEP or an AWEP, and you now, right, get this money from the federal government, and they tell you you have to do 20 hours of training, and if you don't have a high school diploma, you have to get your GED done. There's different things. I look at it in that perspective, that right now the city is receiving money from the state, and that we have mandates. And so, not saying that it's correct. I wish we didn't. I wish that we can be self-sustainable, right? That we have all this money coming into the city, that we just stabilize taxes, right? So that's my stance. I'm reading this and I'm saying here how it says that fees are established under the Uniform Construction Code and that they're intended to defray the city's costs of administrating constructions and so forth. Thank you very much.
Council.
Thank you.
Councilman Velez, and then
Thank you, Council President. So, Director, amending this chapter, how much do you think it's going to bring us to the city in 1 year?
Here. To avoid any misinterpretation of my response, I will allow on the next meeting for the construction official to answer, being that he has the accurate numbers and the projections.
Without the amending, how much revenue was collected last year?
Approximately 1.2.
1.2 million. This ordinance address that the revenues will go directly to UCC,
That is correct.
and where it says.
According to the state, those funds are utilized for the UCC department and the staff and in all the other needs.
I don't know if CFO could confirm this. If this goes to general funding at this point,
CFO.
No, it would go directly to cover
to
the
UCC? Okay. So you presenting this to us, and you will get us approximately a number. We did 1.2 million in the past. Hopefully, if developers decide to come in and people decide to construct new houses or whatever, this revenue will increase, right? At the chapter, I know the last time was May 23rd, 2017, that the ordinance was amended, but it was not completely amended. It was only one part of the ordinance. So if you look at the 1979 up to 2017, not the whole chapter was amended at the same time, and every year was chapter one something, chapter this, chapter that, from this uniform code. What is new in this ordinance that I could say is new? Like, for example, I noticed here that for be able to pull out permits or whatever, all taxes have to be up to date. That's new.
That's
Correct.
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 And again,
So-
and I'll repeat, I do not have that specific information with me, as the construction official provided that information
Correct.
last time he was here.
So after that I say that's a new chapter on the ordinance, can I say that 183-10 is new, and 183-11 is new, and 183-12 is new in the ordinance?
Again, sir, I do not have that information in front of me.
No, I'm based on the document I have here. If I look at the document, 183-12 construction certificate, and it says, is underlined as construction. And the signed fees, reserve, where it says the word reserve, that's a new item in the chapter?
Councilman, it's not new, the fees are increased. So the
Correct.
items in and of itself, the statute codes, which are clearly outlined in pages 1 through 9.
Correct.
It is not that the statute and the coding in the E360 code is new. It is just that the fees have increased, and they are italicized and underlined so that you can see the variations of the difference. For example, 183-14, the fees were previously $176. For the fee for a permit for lead and asbestos, it is now going up to $200.
Okay.
So the amendments and corrections are right next to them.
So, if it's fair enough, Director, can you do me a favor? Can you pull the one that I just want to compare it with this one. The 2000, not the 12, I was not a councilman here at that time. The 2017, what we amended to, I just want to compare what we amended in that time, 2017 and this one. The ordinance of May 23rd, 2017. And then, to see how we go with this. Trying to get some solution while we are going over this, and not scare away people that want to fix their houses. Right now, taxpayers are going through difficult moments, and people that want to fix their houses, and a boiler breaks, and they sometimes don't have the money to even buy the boiler. but they had to go for a little loan and fix it, things like that. So we have to make sure that we're not putting more burden into small property owners and people that want to fix their houses, right? And also not scare away developers in the city of Paterson. So
Thank you,
thank you,
Council.
Council President.
Council President.
So there's been various requests, so can you please make sure that our UCC director, who's not present because of an emergency, has that information sent to all the council members prior to next week's meeting. Councilman Jackson?
Thank you, Council President. To the members of the public, people at home, I apologize to you guys tonight. I apologize on behalf of my council colleague who does not understand the requirement of council members to hold those people who are getting paid by your dollars, your tax money, accountable. I do not apologize to this gentleman for coming here and being unprepared. I do not apologize to this gentleman coming here and stating false information on record on behalf of you, all the public, right? Councilman Velez talks about, oh, we don't want to scare away developers. We know some people here work on behalf of developers only, but what I'm concerned about is that 75-year-old woman who possibly recently lost her spouse, who is having a difficult time managing her home, and then she has a hot water tank go down. So what's going to happen is we're putting the rest of the community at jeopardy. I'm going to tell you why. Because the fees are so much, they're going to do the job to replace the hot water tank without getting a permit, which when these jobs is being reported to your office, because in my opinion, that's what you should really be doing. You don't have a license, you don't have any certification, and you're proving tonight that you don't have any expertise in this area. So at the very minimum, if there's, because somebody just sent me tonight another report while they're listening, right, in their yard, which, by the way, has been reported to their statement. This is someone built an entire tiny house behind the house. The same house was issued summonses for doing illegal conversions after they purchased the house. This needs to be removed. So maybe you might like to take a look.
Excuse me, I got it. Just
Okay, all right. So maybe the public, if you guys could zoom in on this so the public can see. Because all this illegal work, this is how these fires are starting. So if you're coming here, your fee assessment, and listen, I'm not apologizing for you. My sentiment is good for you. Like, you should come here. If you volunteer to come and take this beating, I apologize if nobody else is giving it to you, but you're gonna get it from me directly, because for a hot water tank, the increase is well over close to 200%. It went from $50 to $200 just for a hot water tank. So if I'm doing a minor improvement and I want to, dishwashers, it's reasonable, $20 to $25, a sink, $20 to $25, water heater, $40 to $75, steam boiler, $50 to $200. So that means if somebody's having some difficulty with their boiler, they're going to have to make some sacrifices, and then they get the boiler itself is going to cost them about $2,200, and now they got to pay $200 just for that one line item. That doesn't even include the general permit. So we know right now in Paterson, the biggest issue that we have is people doing illegal construction and illegal work. So instead of your department and everybody in your department being accessible and responsive, because I can show you the text messages when I text the subcode officer multiple times about these illegal dwellings, these illegal construction. So you want us to hit the community with more fees, but you guys are failing to do your job. of which I would never call you director, because I know you're not the director, but you should bear some responsibility in that. I even reached out to the director herself to say, hey, I'm calling your subordinates, I'm placing these complaints on record, and yet and still, we have people building illegal houses in the 3rd Ward. So, I mean, listen, what you should have started with is you should have came here and you should have been honest. You should have talked about some of the things the BA talked about, the fact that this council agreed in advance via the MOU to hit the community over the head with more fees just to take more money so that it could be mismanaged. That's really the issue here. So we have people that's working, of which, to your statement, which, by the way, your credibility is really not shining very well tonight, because the information you gave already that's been false, so I can't even, put clear context on whether or not that department is generating the 1.6 or whatever $1 million you talked about. So just by these figures right here, you're projecting, or the projection should be that instead of drawing in about $1.5 million, you guys are looking to bring in about $5 or $6 million in the years to come. Is that not accurate?
You're going to have to ask the construction official, so I don't want to give you a misinterpretation or, as you call, lies.
Sir, listen, you don't have to be sensitive.
No, I'm not sensitive. I'm just responding to what
you're
you
the
said.
one who presented.
You and everything I've said is a lie, so why continue the conversation?
So, Director,
I'm sorry, Council President. Director. I have the floor. Why continue the conversation? Because, sir, you're being paid. You're being paid by the public. And your job...
Insults. No, I'm not.
So...
I can handle this, Council President. It's not an issue.
No, but...
So you're insulted because you lied and I called you out on it. I should have complimented you and apologized to you for lying. So did you not say that the state has a minimum requirement? Was that not your words?
Yes. And all the information you received was actually placed in conjunction accordance with DCA, with DCA representatives and the construction official. So you should then question the construction official and DCA when they put the numbers together.
So did you take any part in developing this this legislation that's being presented as the assistant director? Did you have any hand in it?
No.
None whatsoever?
No.
Okay, so what exactly are we paying you for? What is your role? What is your job description? What do you do?
Mine?
Yeah.
Director.
Wait a minute. His job description is public information. The public is witnessing him come here, crash and burn, lie to the council. He doesn't understand anything that he's presenting. He doesn't know the information. Almost every other item he's being questioned on tonight, he says, I'm sorry, I don't have that information. But yet and still, he has a 6-figure salary that he's being paid.
So
a non-resident, where, by the way, this council has a residency policy on all employees who work for the city. This gentleman has the audacity to come before the council to snub the questioning and call it an insult when he, in fact, gave inaccurate information.
So let me apologize to you, Assistant Director.
Another
the construction code official had an emergency, and you agreed to step in for that purpose. So that's why I want to apologize. This is not a new item presented to the council. There has been no MOU agreed upon by any council members. The vote is scheduled for next week, and people will vote up or they'll vote down. That will be up to each individual council person, whether they're supporting it or not supporting. That's always a process. I don't see anyone that agrees to anything outside of a vote. Your vote is your agreement, whether to say yes or to say no, and that's what we will do next week. as we move this item forward. And if people don't agree, next week when it comes forward, we can do that. At this time, Madam Clerk, we're going
Council President, why would you interrupt me in the middle of my line of questioning?
And before you speak, Councilman Jackson.
You apologize to the gentleman
Before you
who's being
speak, Councilman
paid.
Jackson, Corporation Counsel.
Yes, thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. Just very briefly, I know there was some discussion back and forth about state minimum fees and updating this ordinance to comply with same. And so I will respectfully direct council to the Uniform Construction Code, Chapter 23, Section 5:23-4.19, which is the New Jersey State Permit Surcharge Fee. If you look at what the state minimum...
I'm sorry, Corporation Counsel, can you repeat that, please?
Sure. So it's Chapter 23 of the state code, and I'll just back up a bit so you have the full citation, Councilman. It's New Jersey Administrative Code, Title 5, Community Affairs, Subchapter 23, Subchapter 4, and it's Section 5:23-4.19. It's titled New Jersey State Permit Surcharge Fees. Under that code, subsection B says, the fee shall be an amount of 0.00371 per cubic foot volume of new buildings and additions. If you look at our ordinance in section 183-16, we actually don't have that minimum there. Our minimum is 0.00334. Additionally, if you keep reading, the state minimum, according to the statute, is the fee for all other construction shall be $1.90 per $1,000 of value construction. If you look at our code, however, it says that it shall be $1.70 per 1,000 for alteration. So if you look at the state statute and you look at our ordinance in section 183-16, our ordinance is lower than what the state statute has as listed here. And that's just one portion of it. I haven't gone through each, and I'm not in a position to speak about every minimum that we have not reflected in our ordinance. I believe the construction official is in the best position to do that, but at least with that section, our ordinance is below what the state requirement is in accordance with the statute that I read.
Thank you for quoting the state statute.
Council President.
Councilman Jackson.
Corporation Counsel, can you please point to me where this says there's a minimum requirement that the municipality must charge for fees? You just pointed out that we're under what the state guideline points out.
Corporation Counsel.
In reading what you just pointed out, because I'm on the same page as you're reading, I see exactly what you're talking about. I don't see any place here where it says that there's a minimum requirement provided by the state.
Corporation Counsel.
Yes, thank you, Council President. Thank you, Councilman Jackson, for that follow-up. So if you look at the state statute that I just referenced, in subsection B, it says amount, and I'm quoting here, it says, this fee shall be in the amount of, and it goes over the state numbers. So when the statute says this fee shall be, we interpret that to be a requirement from the state that the fee be that amount. And if you look at what the state says, according to the state statute, this fee shall be, and you look at what's in our ordinance is less than what the state says shall be.
So I'll just wrap here, which, by the way, I want to point out, through your interpretation in past issues, you interpreted shall to be ambiguous. David Sue, I hope you're watching, because relative to the code, our municipal code, I'm going to reference back to today's record to show that what you just said when the state shall says shall, how it's interpreted. Shall meaning is in fact, not ambiguous. So I just wanted to point that out. So again, what the director pointed out is the fact that we're raising fees to meet the minimum requirement. Here, it does not say that. In fact, the Corporation Counsel's interpretation clearly shows that we're under. So, listen, it makes no sense, ladies and gentlemen, for me to beat this dead horse. You know, when you have a job by a municipality, you are required to be capable of doing that job. And if that job means coming before the council to provide answers that the public deserves, I can't help it if you come here unprepared. That's not my responsibility. But more importantly, I'm not going to allow anybody to come here and insult the public by presenting false information and then to be so insulted by the notion of me even questioning him. I mean, is that, what kind of entitlement is that? That someone believes that they have the ability to come before this council and they should not even be questioned when they have the audacity to come here and present false, non-factual information. And listen, I don't know, because I have a simple Kennedy High School level education. When someone presents false or inaccurate information intentionally, what is that? I believe that's the definition of a lie. So, listen, man, it's unfortunately you had to come here and take care of that, but, if there's, anyway, I'll rest it there. I appreciate the moment, Council President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you.
This item needs to be on regular.
Well, the item is on second reading, so it's moving forward. Madam Clerk, we will now go into public portion. Thank you, Director.
Council President, before I noticed you've touted you finished the agenda. My items that were supposed to be on the agenda tonight, and how were they handled?
What items? I'm not sure what you're referring to.
The item that you would not allow me to present at the last workshop, that was also presented on this workshop agenda as well, with regard to removing us from the Garden State Growth Zone. And it's amazing how council members, including you, Council President, how you're fighting so extremely hard to stop this item from removing us out of the Garden State Growth Zone from being here. But instead of doing that, which would actually make millions of dollars for the city, we'd rather take it out on the public by raising fees.
So I love being blamed for stuff that's not factual. Madam Clerk, we're moving to public portion. That item that you're talking about has yet to go to committee, which was stated, and has yet to be signed off by legal. Your item that you're referring to, you put it on the agenda on a Word document. For me, I'm fair to all council members. I made the request, I said it the last time. All you have to do is give it to legal. Let them transcribe it to a legal document. I'm not holding your item, Councilman Jackson. I've told you here publicly, right here, what to do. Every council member does the same thing. You have the item, give it over to the legal department, let them transcribe it to the actual document paper, assign a resolution number, so it can be presented to the council whether they voted up or down. And if you can do that between now and next week, it'll be on the agenda, so it can be voted up or down. I'm not holding your item up.
Council President.
Just do that process.
Council President.
Councilman Jackson.
Through the chair, Corporation Council, can you outline in our code any place where it delineates that any item that's being presented on a workshop agenda is required to have any of those things that the Council President just outlined? Is there a place in the code that you could point us to that substantiates these facts, these false facts that Council President is
Corporation Counsel.
Thank you, Council President and Councilman Jackson. There is, as Council President stated, that there is no such requirement. But to the extent that any council members seek support for their item and their colleagues request a certain process be in place so that they can evaluate it, that would be my recommendation. Additionally, legal would have to evaluate the legality of any item that does go before council and advise the council on that. What council does with that is obviously up to them.
So, Corporation Counsel, can you outline to the public why you have refused to answer to my request? In fact, I asked for you to draft it. It was over a month ago, almost 2 months ago, you were sitting right here, and a second time you were standing over there, where I requested for your office to draft it. Now, considering the fact that you ignored my request and you failed to do so, can you outline for me anywhere in the code where it says it is required to have your review of any item that the council is prepared to vote on and approve?
Corporation Counsel.
Yes, thank you, Council President. So, Councilman Jackson, I obviously disagree with the premise of your question. I think the record is clear that you asked for a member of my office to work with you on this item. And while it is not the practice of my office to assign a member of my office to specifically work with the councilperson, I indulged you and specifically asked the member of my office to work with you on this item. And as far as my understanding is, that person is working with you on this item. I will get an update from that person. I will tell you that there has been some research on this item and whether or not the city can opt out. I can tell you a preliminary review of the way you drafted it is not entirely consistent with the law, but we're still evaluating how you drafted it and evaluating whether or not the Garden State Growth Zone permits us to opt out. We looked at the statute. There's nothing explicit in the statute, in the state statute, that permits a municipality to opt out. So now we're on to the next level of research, which is whether or not we can proceed, notwithstanding the lack of explicit permission or language in the statute to do so. I will also note that the Garden State Growth Zone does expire by its own terms. I believe it's in the middle of 2028. I have to confirm that. So we did assign an attorney as per your request. That attorney has worked with you, and we are still evaluating some of the other portions that I elaborated on. Thank you.
Thank you. Council President, a little further. So, Corporation Counsel, first of all, that's extremely inaccurate. One, I asked for you to draft it. I requested for this item to be drafted. And I said, which I'm glad that, you know, all workshops and all meetings are now recorded, what I said was, I lacked the confidence in you drafting it. And if you did not draft it, I would draft it myself. Of which was the identical process in which I've had to do multiple items. And I did ask for you to allow Mr. Ben David to have some oversight, just in case there was something that I may have overlooked and something so important. Now, relative to whether or not the state states whether or not we can opt out, it talked about opting in. And in fact, the city of Passaic opted out. I provided that information to you, your office, via email, and to Mr. Ben David, and to this council, if I was allowed to do the presentation that council president has yet again denied me. And I'm only laboring this out just so the public understands this. I made a request to remove us from the Garden State Growth Zone that will end this 30-year tax abatement and pilot program that developers are getting automatically. There's pages and pages and pages of pilots now since we've been in this program. Obviously, Corporation Counsel is another non-resident. He doesn't have a concern. His lack of concern and lack of effort in this shows that he does not have a concern to or any desire to move us forward with removing us. And furthermore, Corporation Counsel, I'm going to tell you what else. Since you've been so diligent doing your homework and doing your research, in 2021, this item was scheduled to expire, which it did. I'm sorry, it was scheduled to expire in 2023. I apologize. In 2021, the state readdressed it and extended it. We did not, as a municipality, vote to extend our participation. Other municipalities who participated in the Garden State Growth Zone they in fact did take a vote to extend theirs. So yet again, because I'm trying to understand how you would like me to ask you. Maybe you would like me to get on a bending knee on behalf of the public. Once again, it is the responsibility of your office that you oversee to make sure that our residents are protected. This item expired according to our legislation, and it's well known that just because the state has drafted a piece of legislation that was indoctrinated or enacted upon does not mean the municipality becomes automatically inserted. The municipality must take action, and we failed to take action. So therefore, every single project that went into the Garden State Growth Zone since 2023 is essentially not eligible for the program, according to the fact that the city has not voted to extend ourselves in that. So are you prepared to give a legal opinion on that tonight?
Corporation Counsel.
Thank you, Council President. Again, I don't think it's productive to get into a back and forth or a debate with Councilman Jackson about his views of state statute and its implications. But we do believe that the state extended the Garden State Growth Zone, that extension automatically applied, and that's all we have to say on this matter.
So yet again, that's a lie, another falsehood. How does it automatically apply? It doesn't say, nowhere in the state legislation did it say the municipalities are not required to take action to vote to extend. Nowhere does it say that. In fact, other municipalities who's participating in the Garden State Growth Zone, they took action. They voted to extend their Garden State Growth Zone project, and Corporation Counsel is now saying that it automatically. Where does he get that assessment from? And I just want to mention this last thing. I'm not going to labor this too long because it's kind of pointless. We only got to deal with this thing for 4 more months. You've seen tonight how he's utilized the manipulative position to give a poor analysis or description of how the law is being presented. In one hand, he outlines to the council that shall is ambiguous. Now, in another matter, when it benefits the administration differently, he talks about the firm exactness of shall. How can we trust someone who's tasked to lead the city by giving firm legal advice? We cannot. So here it is, a very important measure of which he defends, and this goes back to the council. So for everyone getting ready to cast your vote during this upcoming election, understand how responsible you should be holding council members. We're not beholding to Corporation Counsel. We're not here to work as he sees fit. It's not about him writing legislation. Council President's depiction of the process is totally inaccurate. Corporation Counsel's involvement is non-required. Nothing that I write as a legislator requires for his review, requires his signature. It doesn't require to be placed on paper from his office. That is completely inaccurate. All it requires is that I request for it to be on the workshop agenda leading up to, and which I did. Of all of you sat here, watched me make the request 2 weeks ago or a month ago to be able to present information tonight, and she said that it wasn't placed on the agenda because it didn't go before a committee, it's not placed on paper from his office, and is a Word document. People, if you, and she's up for re-election, this is an item that I'm pressing that protects the public from being overran by these large-scale development projects that's getting 30-year tax abatements. And she's yet, once again here tonight, defending them instead of defending you. I'll rest it there. Thank you, Council President.
So in closing, before we open up public portion, you're right, I am up for re-election. And all the documents you talk about with tax abatements, I didn't vote on them. So I can't wait for that to come out, the facts versus opinions. Madam Clerk, please, for opening up public portion, each speaker has 3 minutes. As we request, there's always a set decorum in the chambers. You have 3 minutes. There's a ruling as far as speaking over that time limit, which is requested that you ask beforehand. The list is now closed. The first speaker, Madam Clerk, was already addressed. It dealt with something on the school board, so we're on to speaker number 2. Madam Clerk, the first speaker.
Thank you. The first speaker is A. Roberson. Please state your name and address. She's coming.
Good evening. Happy New Year to you all.
Good evening.
Just to highlight some of the things from last year. Yes, it's on. Relevant issues that are brought before the council. How do we know how do we know when and how the matters are being addressed? When feedback is not, provided during the council or workshop meetings. We don't get a rebuttal. Where do we stand on the public issues that are being addressed during workshops or the council meetings? I'm going to take a line from the mayor-elect of New York City. He said something very poignant during his inauguration address. He said, "The city belongs to the people, not the developers." We need to take heed to that, dear. Our city definitely is overcrowded. The parking, the empty lots, probably with the plights of new development going on. We cannot hold residents accountable for overcrowdedness. Last Friday at about 7:29 a.m., I came out of Oliver Street, made a left onto Main Street, made a left onto Ward Street, and made a left onto Cianci, the top of Cianci, where the school is. And lo and behold, there was a sheriff officer there. He stopped me. And what happened is you're not supposed to make a left turn onto Cianci off of Ward Street. That's like right off of 19. But there is no signage there. There is no signage. So we're talking about at the mall, at the corner of Main and Ward, you make the left onto Oliver Street as if you're going towards 19. And then the left onto Cianci at the top where the school is in the circle where our homeless encampment is. There was a sheriff officer. He said many years ago, I didn't get a ticket. Many years ago, there was a no left turn sign there. There's no signage there. So my question is, what is our turnaround when these issues are being addressed? I know. Okay. Okay, so where's, why, those things need to be addressed. The garbage on Belmont Ave in between North 8th and North 9th Street. There's encampment out there. They hang out, they have their garbage can. However, if the garbage is not pulled to the curb, the garbage is not going to be picked up. So the thing is, that property has been abandoned. We know for many, many years. We need to hold the landlord accountable for the garbage, even if people are hanging out there.
Thank you. Mr. Javier, if you would just speak. Ms. Roberson. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Yes, next speaker is Chanel Fields. Please state your name and address. Thank you.
Chanel Fields. Good evening, Council. This election season, I have to say, is by far the largest one I have seen to date. And I want to thank each and every candidate who has made up in their minds that enough is enough. Thank you for stepping out on faith and deciding that you wish to be the change the world needs to see. I champion with you all, so as long as you know and first understand, unlike so many who have come before you, public service is not a stage, it is not a paycheck or a social media power grab, but it is a commitment to the people, not to some of the ones like you, but to all people, especially at those times when it's uncomfortable, when it's inconvenient, in the middle of the night. If you choose to hold a position of public trust, you must first possess a genuine willingness to serve in every corner, in every crisis, and with unwavering compassion, not when it's only convenient for you. We, the public, are watching you, and we are ready to hold you accountable. The public office demands humility, patience, accountability, not ego, ambition, or applause. If your motivation is fame, money, or control, you are not only misaligned, but you are also in the wrong line of work. Public service is a calling, and moving forward for those who wish to answer that call, you have to do it with integrity, empathy, and unshakable respect for the lives that you are entrusted to serve in the future. To the public, I urge you to vote. If you are not registered, get registered. This is a very critical election. Please vote wisely. God bless you.
Thank you. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Eddie Olivares. Please state your name and address. Thank you.
Good evening, Paterson. Eddie Olivares, Paterson, New Jersey. A lot to unpack tonight. To the city attorney, I wish you would give us once and for all the definition of shall. I hope you have read 1984. Sounds like new speak. Anyway, Happy New Year to everyone. The election is upon us. And I just want to say, I've said it many, many times, especially to the people that are watching. I am running. And, well, you can't see her, but you see Lilisa Mims smirking. This is a clown. We have a clown here. Anyway, this is the same woman who said that it was a sad day when Major Andrew Saye, you remember that? It was a sad day because he really didn't care for black people. Well, have you changed your color? It is sad to see this. It is very sad to see this. But again, to the people at home, I am running. I'm not spending any money. I told you, I really don't think that money determines. I know that Marisa Davila, Mims, and to some extent to Dean feel that they're going to win. Oh, they guarantee that they're going to win. It's because they are expecting that their campaigns is going to be financed by people with deep pockets. Don't bring your brother-in-law next week to threaten me, please. Anyway, you don't really need money to do this, people. I am telling you, if you are happy with what is going on here in the city of Paterson, and you don't want anything to change, I'm going to give you the names of the people that you should vote for. Andrew Sayed, if not, Alex Mendez, Lilisa Mims, Marisa Davila, and Udine. Those are your people. If you're happy and you don't want anything to change, those are your people. If you want change because you feel that the city can do much better, I am running. And at the top of the ticket, the only option is Councilman Jackson for mayor. Let's not play, pretend that we don't have any power. We have an awful lot of power. People, you have the power to kick these people off that council. People at home, you have the power. All I'm asking, I'm not asking for $1. I'm not asking the big developers for money because I am not going to compromise my integrity. And so, people at home, I'm not asking you for $1. May 12th of this year, 1 hour of your time, go out and vote. Vote for me, vote for Councilman Jackson. We'll change the city. Thank you.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Cameo Black. Please state your name as Black and address. Thanks.
Good evening, Cameo Black. First of all, let me start off by saying thanks to Maritza, Ruby, Omar, and Khalik for which I help with the feeding the community or whatever. But I'm here for you, Councilman Velez. And I also have the parent here with me. Let me say this without cursing, because I'm really pissed. You went to Telemundo reporting something that happened at a school. Like I told you when Najee passed away, to mind your motherfucking business. I don't think you understood what I said. You should have got all the answers before you went there. That baby was attacked. And you should have called Telemundo when you killed the lady on Route 46. You should have called Telemundo when you beat the shit out of Miss Evelyn. You should have called Telemundo when you pulled your penis out and peed outside. It's multiple things that you should have called Telemundo for. But I just want you to know, and all of y'all to know, it's going to be a lawsuit filed against him because the shit he pulled was very disturbing and despicable. Then you're going to try to defame the man character? That baby did not deserve what you did to him. But your character is real, and your character is fucked up, and you're going to be aired out for the shit that you're doing. It's a lot. Stop parking by the fire hydrant. Call Telemundo for that. Did you call Telemundo when your wife left the goddamn shots out with her non-reading, speaking English ass? Did you do any of that? I'm so sick of you. Then you got people calling me to tell me not to come down here, leave you alone. I'll never leave you alone. When you fuck with my kids, all bets is off the table, and it's up for you. And I'm done talking, and this is the mother of the child that was attacked by the young man, and he lied and went to the news. That's why he tried to go to the school and cover it up and apologize because he didn't know what was going on. Mind your business. Start running to the news station if you don't know what's going on, because people not playing about their kids. And when it's my family, it's a serious problem. So since you want to attack my little cousin, now I'm going to attack your family with your retarded ass.
Thank you.
Hello, Urania Cisco. I'm the parent of the son you characterized or tried to characterize.
One second, Ms. Cisco. Could you start, because she's the next speaker, so could you put her on her 3 minutes? She's the next speaker.
Please state your name and your address.
Urania Cisco. Urania Cisco.
Don't write her name down, because if somebody come harassing her, you're going to be harassed.
It's okay, because I got family too. You just like you got people, I got people too. But I'm here to say, don't speak. Hold on, Kimmy. All I'm asking you is, when you speak on my son, speak the truth. Because my son was attacked at Steam High School. You know exactly what I'm talking about. My son was attacked at Steam High School. He was defending himself. So whatever you and the family went to the news talking, it was bullshit and it was lies. My son not a troubled kid. He not in the streets. He played football. He helped take care of his siblings, and he go about his business. He don't bother nobody. That's why I'm here today, because you're not going to characterize my son as somebody that he's not. And I wasn't there at the Board of Education. You don't have to lift your head up to watch me talk to you while I'm looking at you. You a coward. You're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to be a councilman at that. But this is the people y'all voted for. This is exactly why your ass got to go.
Thank you, Ms. Cisco. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Council President, I didn't mention her name, but it's Urania Cisco. That was her name.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Yes. Next speaker is Joe Keys, Jr. Please state your name and address. Thank you.
Joe Keys, Jr., Paterson. At the December 9th meeting, the council president's deplorable behavior concerning her mistreatment of legendary revolutionary freedom fighter, the Honorable Charles Barron, is actually the latest edition of a horrible precedent that the city of Paterson has established regarding the mistreatment of revolutionary freedom fighters. On February 21st, 1965, 3 of the 5 assassins who gunned down the Honorable Malcolm X were from Paterson. On March 27, 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. visited a church in the 4th Ward. Despite numerous death threats made on his life, Paterson officials mistreated him through his security detail. They provided 2 police officers, usually assigned to the traffic division, as school safety officers working with junior patrols. The Honorable Charles Barron once said, quote, "I'm not a politician, I'm an elected activist," unquote. I started attending the council meetings in 2022. After observing Councilman Jackson for several months, I reached the same conclusion about him. Councilman Jackson and the Honorable Charles Barron are not politicians. On the contrary, the council president, the mayor, his administration, and the other council members are all politicians. There's a glaring contrast between politicians and elected activists and their levels of desperation. The elected activists attend to their business with the same level of desperation that is felt by their constituents, especially those who are facing eviction and potential homelessness. Councilman Jackson demonstrates desperation by visiting residents facing eviction and recording videos to inform the public. He demonstrated desperation when he sacrifices time drafting legislation to remove Paterson from the Garden State Growth Zone program, which would adversely impact the cozy relationship between this administration and developers. The politician, on the other hand, conducts their business with no such feeling of desperation. We saw evidence of that 5 weeks ago when the council president sabotaged and undermined Councilman Jackson's planned presentation, which included remarks from the Honorable Charles Barron. We saw more evidence 4 weeks ago when Councilwoman Davila said the following while referencing Councilman Jackson's proposal to remove Paterson from the Garden State Growth Zone program. She said, quote, "When Councilman Jackson speaks, he speaks of the council. And the item he's been trying to put forward is an item he wants to put forward, not the council, he," unquote. In conclusion, these are clear illustrations of the difference between an elected activist, Councilman Jackson, and the other council members, the politicians. It's time to vote out the politicians and elect more activists.
Thank you. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Bilal Hakeem. Kindly state your name and address.
Bilal Hakeem, Paterson, New Jersey. Welcome everyone to a new year. Start off by saying the Palestinian people are still having genocide enacted on them. Although you may not see the rotation in the news, they're still being having genocide enacted on them. So we pray for relief for them, as well as the people of the Sudan and the Congo as well. The other thing, when I was here last time before the year ended, 2025, I said I wasn't here to apologize. Well, today, I'm here on this here day to extend the apology to the council president, Lalisa Mims. I didn't mean to call you a witch. I don't believe that's what you are. But I do believe, and I maintain this here position, that I think you have been bewitched. Not that you're a witch, that you have been bewitched. And I'm talking about based on this definition that I pulled up when they're defining bewitched. It said means magically enchanted, placed under a spell, affected by magic or witchcraft. Example, the prince was bewitched by a sorceress, strongly fascinated or charmed, completely captivated, often in an emotional or romantic way. She was bewitched by his voice. These are the examples that they've given, and I think in some ways you have lost your way. I think you have lost your way with the people. That is my position on it. And although the people are gathering magicians, the pharaohs are gathering magicians. Pharaoh, I'm talking about a type, a mind, a thinking, a behavior, are gathering magicians, hoping that they will get a miracle. I don't think is going to happen. And as Mr. Alvarez mentioned, if we're happy with what we see in the leadership that we have here, then we'll put them back. And if we're not, then we'll vote for change. And I think it's indicative that so many people have went to the clerk's office to go get petitions, you know. I have mine. And all of them are almost filled, so we'll decide, you know. We'll decide, but we're in it. We're in it. Yes, we're in it. So you're on notice. 3 seats are available. Council at large. I'm of the view that that it's time to shake those 3 seats up. And if you're not, then you'll return them back.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Shalen signed the wrong list, so I'm going to call Mr. Mark Shalen up. He is the last speaker for today. Mr. Mark, just out of respect, you did sign the wrong form, but I don't want to stop you from speaking.
Well, even though I did sign the wrong form or I was late, I don't care whoever walked through that door late, they should be able to speak to the council. That's my agreement. Now, before I start, I'm going to request a couple additional seconds, okay, because I'm a little bit slow. I do stutter a little bit, and I'm returning to a field that I left some years ago. There are some of you personally that I would like to address, but I'm not. There's some things that I say on Facebook that some people are not in totally agreement with, but it is the true fact. What we have seen happen in the 4th Ward is strictly an act of genocide. We have removed the Afro-American community out of that spot where homes were there. They were abandoned, they were vacant. But money was in this city's budget for the children to be able to purchase homes. And that money was sent back. There was money for the veterans that was sent back. Okay, you can shake your head or not, but I can verify it. Let me just say, in closing, let me just say I have a letter here that I put together, and I'd like to read it incomplete. Tonight, I'm not speaking just as a resident, but I'm speaking as someone who expects ethical leadership and responsible government from every corner of this city hall. The recent settlement involving former community involvement Director David Gilmore may have had closed a lawsuit, but it did not close the ethnic question surrounding it. A federal judge ruled order full transparency, including a sworn testimony, because the allegations pointed to something far deeper than a workplace discipline. They pointed to the possibilities of retaliation that we see, political favoritism that we see in the city, and the misuse of public funds and public authority. When a senior official claims he was punished for enforcing the law, that is not a private matter. That is a governing crisis. When the city pays out hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxpayers' money to resolve a dispute that could have been settled May I continue?
I'll give you 1 minute, Mr. Shailen.
That could have been settled by the mayor of this city just listening to Dave. And when the residents are left with no explanation, no corrective action, and no assurance that the safeguards that have been strengthened, that is not leadership. That is institutional failure. Paterson cannot afford a culture where enforcement depends on political relationships, whistleblowing, fear, retaliation. Developers believing rules are negotiable, and taxpayers foot the bill for eternal dysfunction. This is not about personalities. This is about ethics, integrity, and public trust. The foundation of any functional government. So therefore, I'm calling for this council to do something, and I hope you just let me finish. It's just 3 more. I'm calling for this council to initiate an independent ethnic review of the policies and practices that allow this situation to occur. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm requiring a public report on what safeguards exist or do not exist to protect employees who enforce the law. Number 3, I am asking that you establish a clear, enforceable standard ensuring that no city employee is punished for doing their job and the taxpayers have to foot the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Shailen.
Just 1 minute. And to commit to a full and transparent in all and any future settlements involving taxpayers' funds. Paterson residents deserve a government that operates beyond suspicions, not behind closed doors. We deserve a system where the rules apply equally to everyone, not selectively. And we deserve leadership that treats ethics not as an inconvenience, but as a non-negotiable requirement of public service. 1 more sentence. Paterson's future depends on restoring trust, on transparency, and transparency, we all know, depends on this council choosing integrity over silence.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
There are no more speakers. Is there a motion?
So move to close.
Motion to close by Councilman Khalid, second by Councilwoman Davila and Omar. Roll call to close the public portion.
Roll call to close the public portion. Councilwoman Cotton. Councilwoman Davila. Councilman Jackson.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. A few items. So I have a few requests. Recently, I saw, and I'm going to say a few things on record. The mayor lost control over the police department. The state comes in, does, makes best efforts to try to put a few things in place. There's a substantial amount of money that's being spent on a new control room, of which I have not had an opportunity to speak to the chief about. But the mayor then takes it upon himself to go and do the press conference and say, Paterson, we did it. We lost the police department, and had they not been here, that room wouldn't even be here. But yet the mayor is going to take credit for that. And I'm saying that for a specific reason, because there's certain things that's happening that is under his full control that he won't stand up and take credit for. The one example of the lot that was stolen from the church through this tax sale that should have never have taken place. But, these continued, issues that's going on is very disheartening. So, through the chair, Mr. BA, let me say this. I normally give a warming session. I normally give a grace period of whoever the new hire is, and normally we give a vote of support. When do we vote to actually? Well, I know we're in roll call. We can get that question answered later. When do we confirm the new appointment? But I normally give the benefit of the doubt. Based on the past track record of the previous BA tapping out within 6 months, I don't expect you to last even that long. I mean, you won't even have the choice of doing that because he's not going to be around that long. But I'm gonna be optimistic, if you will. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to do what you said. I mean, we only spoke briefly. You said you're here to service the council. As a council person, I'm entitled to information that, you know, obviously what you saw tonight, there's a deliberate attempt on not providing information and being untruthful. But, you know, I would like to know, I need a report on what the cost was for this new room that was put in place in headquarters. I want to know what the cost was and who expended the money. I would like to get a breakdown on the cost for the space. Additionally, and I know this is definitely falls outside of your purview, but I would like a full report from PD with the number of units, patrol units that we don't have in operation right now. Is my understanding we have over 36 to 40 police units that's not in operation. And I also want a list of all police personnel who have what's called a take-home vehicle. I want a list of all the police personnel who have a take-home vehicle, where they live, what is their role and responsibility. Are you not taking notes? You're going to review back to the okay. Where they live, and how is the fuel being utilized by these officers who live outside the city, all of the captains, all the battalion chiefs, and, you know, who have these take-home vehicles. You know, our police call response rate is you know, less than desirable. And we just spent a great deal of money on this center, which I think it definitely is going to serve the public well, but we have a substantial amount of police vehicles that's not in operation, and I want a full report on that. I also want a full report on the overtime by all the ranking officers, starting from lieutenant and up, all the overtime and what is exactly, you know, the overtime for. I know I'm giving you a lot, so you can just reference back to the video. There's a lot located on the corner of North Main and Heldon Avenue. I believe, I don't recall the exact address. I can forward it to you if I need to. But I do know that this lot has been issued summonses for illegal parking. They're parking 18-wheelers, of which, by the way, I know you may not be fully aware, this council indoctrinated legislation that made it illegal for commercial vehicle parking overnight. That includes on private property. So this lot has been ticketed multiple times, and apparently there's a holdup, and you can catch up with your guy right there and find out why the prosecution is holding up these fees and penalties. I would like to report on this. How many times have they been ticketed? This lot has been commandeered illegally. I don't expect you to get into the nuances of that, but I want to know, why is this lot and the owners of this lot continuously being allowed to park illegally on a non-paved surface, and why are they continuously being allowed to park commercial vehicles overnight? There's another lot on the adjacent block, which is doing the same thing. I mean, the inspectors, I know for sure the summonses was written. They've been to court. For whatever reason, the prosecution is not following up and not moving accordingly. I have the same circumstances going on Franklin Street, where there's a large number of commercial trucks that's being parked overnight. They're in restricting the traffic flow of the residents that's living on the opposite street. I would like to get a full report on that. Well, listen, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He says that, I'm giving it, and how long do you think it'll take for you to consume some of this information?
There's no rebuttal and roll call.
As soon as possible. As soon as possible. Okay. It's amazing how they work on behalf of other people, and they work to try to contain. The objective is to come here and contain Councilman Jackson, and I mean, they continue to fail time and time again, but it doesn't stop their ambition. I appreciate that. Ambition is something. So, just in answer of certain things, Brother Keys, I always appreciate your candor and your ability to recall clearly the facts and outlining those facts by quote, because sometimes people forget what they say, and they have to be reminded. And it is unfortunate that, yes, probably one of the most powerful individuals that walked this earth, and the impact that the gentleman had, is the individuals from Paterson that took place in taking his life. That's profound. And then you have someone else who has exhibited those same traits, come into the city of Paterson, rendering his time, submitting his time to the people, to provide information, to possibly lend this council tutelage or insight on the prevention of gentrification. And not only are they uninterested in hearing it, but they refuse to allow the public to hear it as well. But no poor deed goes unattended, I guess, or goes unanswered. People will answer to those activities in this upcoming election. Cameo Black, I'm always appreciative. I would love to speak to the young lady. I'm not surprised at the activities or the actions of the councilman. He makes it a habit on putting his foot and all other things in his mouth, and doing things that are inappropriate to the public. I'm trying to recall some of the other items that was questioned upon tonight, but members of the public, listen, you're watching, and if you're incapable of understanding, the director or the assistant director has the audacity to come here tonight, and this is your money. These are your dollars that's being misappropriately spent. He doesn't have the ability to answer anything, any questions. Council members are now trying to stop me from asking questions such as, what is his role in the city? He's being paid by you, by the way, of which his role should be clearly outlined. He should be proud to speak upon what his role is. He should talk about, how not only is he fulfilling his role, but how even tonight he's stepping outside of the parameters of his role, and we see clearly that he's incapable of doing that. Why would he be entrusted to do such a thing when he can't answer one pertinent question, knowing that he's going to get some tough questions tonight? So it's just another example of what we're dealing with. And people, I urge you to maintain these thoughts, these visions, these memories on the 12th of May, because it's important. We need to clear the stage of everybody who is, deliberately acting against. And I'm going to do this last thing, and I apologize, because I know you're in a rush just to say yes. But, no, I'm not talking to anyone in particular. But this is what we witnessed tonight. On the Friday preceding each regular meeting, and I'm going to read it slow in case some people don't understand it. Again, on the Friday preceding each regular meeting, the clerk shall prepare With the approval of the president, the agenda for the ensuing meeting, such agenda shall include all matters proposed by any council member, any member of the council, my apologies, not later than the preceding work session, and such other matters required by the standard order of business. The agenda shall include, shall being the optimal word here, include a consent agenda. The consent agenda shall include all resolutions deemed to be routine or procedural in nature and or resolutions pertaining to the related subjects. Those matters include with the consent agenda shall be enacted upon by one resolution at the council meeting. Any member of the council may cause any matter containing within the consent agenda to be removed. Therefore, it be acted upon separately by giving notice to the council clerk, to the city clerk, or council prior to formal action on the council agenda. When a request is made to remove a matter from the consent agenda, that matter shall not be considered as part of the consent agenda and shall be enacted upon separately at the same meeting. Nowhere in these words that I'm carefully and slowly reading to anyone does it say that an item requested by a council member requires approval by corporation council. Nowhere in this charter, by the way, all of this information is readily accessible on the city website. Nowhere does it say it has to be presented on a particular style of paper. Nowhere does it say it can't be drafted by a legislator, one who is supposed to draft legislation. Nowhere does it say that it has to be printed in certain color ink. Nowhere does it say it has to be listened to and or heard and or debated at a committee. Nowhere does it say in the code that a council member doesn't have the privilege and or right to place an item on the agenda that shall move forward to the regular meeting. Nowhere does it say that. So, members of the public, you're being lied to. Nowhere does it say anywhere that these items are to be required. And just for a point of clarity, the second item that I asked to be placed on the agenda, and I will acknowledge I did not have time to draft it, was an item that was recently adopted by the city of Passaic. And this item prevented landlords from evicting tenants because their rent values are too low. What's happening right now in Paterson is an epidemic where landlords are upset that they're not collecting enough rent and they're evicting tenants for any frivolous reasoning, only to be able to hike the rents up over $2,000, $2,300. What this legislation that I'm proposing does, it prohibits landlords from taking such action. In fact, they will still be restricted by the 5% guideline that's already set by this council. So, why an item such as this isn't being supported? You've witnessed on numerous other occasions where council members request to be a co-sponsor on such an item. Not one council member, not Udine, not Mims, or Davila, who are all up for re-election, requested to be a co-sponsor. What they did was intentionally remove the item so it would not be discussed and it would not be considered. Paterson, if you're a resident that's experiencing difficulties because of the exuberant rents in the city, these three individuals do not care to entertain legislation that will prevent the landlord from illegally evicting you because of a track record of poor payment or any other reason behind it in order just to raise the rent. These three council members are refusing to vote and or even discuss an item that protects you from being targeted and being, illegally evicted. And they're also refusing to discuss the measure to remove the city from the Garden State Growth Zone so that the developers can no longer take place in an extended 30-year tax abatement pilot program. These are the individuals that are now going to be on the ballot in this upcoming election. With that being said, Madam Clerk, I appreciate the time and the opportunity. Thank you. My vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Kalik.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Councilman Jackson, I thought you were running against the mayor, not our council colleague. Also, I'm still waiting for the ordinance or resolution that was passed in Brooklyn, supposedly by Mr. Barron, about affordable housing, the cost. You guys recall? I'm still waiting, and I will support that resolution. I'll be the co-sponsor, if you would like. I'm waiting on that one. Or you're just gonna talk without any real fact. Just like you've been saying for years, some developer in Jersey City built a school in Jersey City. Not true. And I would like to see that as well. Yeah, I did Google it and I did not find it. That one, there was a proposal there and they refused, they walked out of the deal. Maybe you need to read it more. Read the following news article. Besides, I don't want to go back and forth. Residents, some people just like to talk without any facts. Without any facts. Removing from the growth zone. I have the resolution right in front of you. If you could see, just a draft, zoom in. There's nothing on the side. In our regular resolutions, let me pull up another one. I said we discussed number 6 this evening. You see in the corner, it said approved as to form and legality to the basic fact set forth Corporation Council. This means our Corporation Council has to review every ordinance, every resolution, so city doesn't get liable for it. And for number 6, we had a long discussion. I didn't talk at all. This item been on the agenda for almost a year, month. Even our new director from UCC, DCA, our ED director, Tiffany, they were here. They were here and they explained every item in there. It's just the increase of the fees. We don't have to go in the question where I believe out of line, completely out of line from what we have as an ordinance. These fees were compared with other cities in state of New Jersey, Jersey City, Newark, Camden, and they came up with a number which is presented to the council. We vote up or down. I'm not saying I'm supporting it. Most likely, I will not support the increase. But the questioning, sometimes you just ask questions to make a deal out of it and waste everyone's time. You should walk on your word, talk to the constituents. That's what you need to do. Every council meeting you come in, you bring back same argument every meeting. You're beating the dead horse. My vote is yes to close the public portion, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Omar.
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Councilman Mendez, Councilman Udine, Councilman Velez.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I just want to say 2 things here. Probably legal could probably later on advise me, but I respect freedom of speech, and everybody had the right to come here and express themselves or relieve themselves of the stress and come here because they don't let them talk at home or whatever, you know. They could come here and talk and point out and slander and do whatever they want. But Corporation Counsel, just want to elaborate in this statement. It's in the record, and it's in TV land. Nobody could erase this, what happened today. Corporation Counsel, somebody used the public portion and slander, and not only slander, threat me and my family from that public portion. Okay? Things goes around in the city, out of the city. I know reports have seen council members getting shot and killed. The political hate is out there. But to come over here and express themselves, I will go after your family, your wife, and you. That's a threat. And it's coming from a person that live about 5 houses away from my house. You know, I could come, I don't care, but when people come here and threat people like that, you know, it's a concern. We get out late from work from here, we go home late, and we don't have that luxury of escort when we go home. So you never know if that same way to be, other people are listening and they could do whatever they want. So just take notice on that. PD is on the tape. So if something happens to my family, me, and my wife is noted that came from that podium. You know, everybody had the right to run an election, and everybody could put petitions and run. There's street seat available, but they taken right now. But I'm going to say this, and the residents of Paterson are not naive, they're not stupid, they know, they see these council meetings. But if you come to this podium with the agenda criticizing, slandering, harassing council member, you don't think the voters of Paterson is not going to see that? And you think that they're going to bring that to the council in this side? They smart. They know they're not going to vote for people like that to come to the council. So you imagine what they have to offer. If they act that way in that podium, what they're going to bring to the council. No solution, no solution, no solution. Meanwhile, we hear committee meetings talking about everything the administration bring forward, trying to make sure that the taxpayer don't get the burden, making sure we do ordinance and laws and policy that protect the quality of life for the city of Paterson. Out of 9 council members that we have here in this side, I could test and say clearly that 8 council members sit down and talk in committee what is good for the residents of Paterson and the taxpayer of Paterson. Meanwhile, people talk 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours, take the whole meeting, and there's no solution behind their words. So voters out there are smart, they use the wisdom, and they know who they want to see here continuing doing the work. So that platform of coming here and I'm going to take your seat and I'm going to bury you, I'm going to take you out and all that stuff, the people out there that really vote, they say, do really Paterson need that type of people? No. So do your homework. Oh, well, I'm going to expect next week a rebuttal. But we try to sit here and listen to everyone, and we read the documents. We're not perfect like other people on my right side, but we try to do common sense that when we say something is not working, we plan a solution. And that's the difference of us in this side. We plan a solution. So, Corporation Council, I know that we recently draft or adopt a ordinance addressing the smoke shops. the smoke shops. And that had to be revisited, okay? And the language had to be corrected, to exclude supermarket, liquor stores, or whatever, because this ordinance was mainly to address smoke shops. And please, tell the health board director, whoever it is, Dr. Passad, whatever, to instruct their inspector to not create policy that is not in the book, to go over the ordinance and try to be a little bit more friendly inspector when they go to this business and not act like a full law enforcement capacity. Saying that, Madam Clerk, my vote is yes to close the public portion.
Thank you, Councilman. Council President.
So, Ms. Roberson, first, thank you to the public that is present and those that are watching. Ms. Roberson, one of the things that I put in place when I became the council president is that when residents come to the mic, that we will have constituent services here. So Mr. Javier Fernandez is in our meetings, and I actually sent him over. So that is the process to ensure that our residents receive timely updates and resolution towards whatever the concern is that's listed. We also, when you're at the microphone, our secretaries are taking notes. They go back and watch the meetings, follow up through that in the sense of various departments. So those are some of the ways that the issues are resolved that are brought to the mic. But I wanted to have an extra cushion by having someone from constituent services in the council chambers. So he is here, and so when you have concerns, you'll see me kind of direct him to make sure that he is answering to the concerns. To all the speakers, thank you for coming out. There were some serious things that were stated at the microphone on tonight. I know our constituent service and our corporation council has been made aware, but I do want to address two things that were stated. One, Mr. Oliveira stated that I made a smirk, and it's amazing to me because Uden made the comment. And the fact that he didn't address Uden, but he addressed me, is concerning. Uden made a very slick comment to him, and he addressed me. And I get it that I'm a woman, and I'm a woman in leadership and authority, but we have to make sure when you're addressing, we cannot direct whatever you're attempting to do, address it to the individual that made the commentary. It was very loud, very clear, so for him to address me for something someone else said, I think that's problematic. Number two, to the public, people can state all types of things, but facts always remain. When you pull the documents on how I voted, or the other council people, right, that voted, you will see that some things that you hear are not factual. They are not true. I'm not going to use this podium or the community's time to run for office. I'm in the seat. When it comes time to debates and forums, you will hear very clearly what has been done, and it will be what has been done by the people that's been in the seat, whether you supported items or you didn't support items. There's many things that's said in the community, on social media, and so many various vehicles or methodology that are not even correct. So I don't take the time to go back and forth because I heard one of our wise seniors that I know she's watching. She taught me something before I became the council president. She said, if two people are arguing, we cannot identify who the fool is. So that's why I take the opportunity to remain professional and keep a level of decorum in the chambers, which is something that should happen because people are watching us from all over. So Paterson, I am here doing the work for the people, as you already know, each and every day. My vote is yes to close public portion.
Thank you, Council
Madam Clerk,
President. Yes.
I apologize. When we address my vote, please. So the first thing is, when someone is challenging facts, it's not an argument. It's just a challenge of facts. It's a matter of debate. It's a process in a dialogue. But one of the things that's concerning is how we automatically are becoming victims. All of a sudden, Councilman Velez is a victim. to a woman coming to the podium addressing how he spoke to her, holding him accountable. The same guy who has his gut for me and Mr. Keys, now he's afraid he needs an escort to his car that's parked illegally in the front of the building. It's amazing, this stuff. This stage has become comical because the victim who is afraid and now slandered as a public official, you are open to be scrutinized. And someone's opinion of you doesn't have to be said in a manner in which you regard it to be palatable. So that's the first thing. But more importantly, to my learned colleague to my left, I know he's short. I didn't think he took the short bus. I know he has short buses in his fleet. But while several large school projects are happening in and around Jersey City, the developer building the roughly $25 million school is likely referring to Lenore Multifamily Communities, working with Jersey City on the development that includes a new public pre-K-5 school valued at nearly $25 million. This is current. This is not what, I don't know what he's talking about. They even have names of other schools that developers built. Liberty Science High School, Waldo International School, Woolbridge School. Further, right, when you look at what's being done in Newark and Lionsgate, that's now building, Lionsgate is building Arts Media High School for the city of Newark because they weren't allowed to go in there and construct this new studio facility, right? We've allowed far more development to go on. We gave a developer $110 million to refurbish a stadium. It wasn't even his own money. In all of these cases, none of these developers was given any money. They utilized their own money and they were tasked to build these schools. This is not fiction. And anybody can Google it. I don't know, maybe his phone that he's utilizing is from his homeland, and it doesn't access some of the material that we have here. I'm not sure where he's getting his information from, but this is factual content here. The city of Newark is going to get a new school because they partnered with the developer to come in there and allow them. Not only did we allow every single movie company to come into Paterson and take over our streets, we failed to charge them. We didn't enlist to raise the fees to those movie companies. This council is entertaining legislation to raise local fees that's going to be implemented to local people who live in this community. How is that not abuse? I don't know what he's talking about. Lastly, very quickly, yeah, I'll acknowledge that all of the legislation has the information, the seal. He has the draft that's included in his packet. Why Corporation Counsel doesn't have it? I sent the unedited Word document, and you know, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but you can utilize ChatGPT by placing a document that was written just to ask the question, was this created by ChatGPT? I mean, all of Velez's latest material will get a yes vote on that. I did not draft this stuff utilizing AI. I took the time out to draft this stuff. Corporation Counsel has the access to it. He's refusing to even to review it, so they're utilizing that as an excuse not to bring it forward. And again, I'm not going to read it again. Apparently, he didn't understand the words that was coming out of my mouth when I was reading what is required. Nowhere in the legislation, nowhere in our city code does it say it requires to be in this font. Nowhere does it say it needs this name up here. Nowhere does it say it needs a signature what it says is what it says. And those are the items that's required. And the council has the purview of approving, adopting, and placing on law whatever it is we see fit. It does not require approval by the city, by the corporation council. And I'll say this lastly. If that was the case, and the city attorney who's hired by the mayor is given instructions by the mayor not to approve any items that's going to go against the mayor's agenda, then through that process they can derail the public's open process for the protections endowed upon Faulkner. I don't understand how he's been elected multiple terms. He doesn't quite understand that, but it's not very surprising. I apologize, Madam Clerk. I know anyway, I apologize. Madam Clerk, my vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilman. The votes are 7. Oh, Council President, I'm sorry.
Council President.
Councilman Khalid.
Thank you. Once again, people, you guys need to do a fact check. Everybody knows I don't open my mouth without checking the facts. I'm reading the final version. Yes, they wanted to build something. Maybe I'll forward you the article, Councilman Jackson, from Jersey City. You spoke about Jersey City all this more than a year. Jersey City developing school, it quid pro quo, they couldn't do it. It's clear they pulled out of that $300 million downtown Jersey City project. What I'm saying is, what you said that somebody built the school in Jersey City is not the truth. It's not the fact. I have the article right in. He's reading, obviously misinforming people. He's reading the initial article when the developer wanted to do something. But there's a legality there. They could not do it. They pulled out, they sent an email, and the project did not even go through. They didn't even build the project. So, once again, false information. What else you were trying to accuse of me? Last time I checked, Council President controlled the agenda. He's been trying to putting stuff on the agenda for years, when even I was the council president. And he was wrong, he could not do it. He could go after the corporation council. You've been trying for years. There is no prevail. You just talk to talk. That's the fact. That's the fact. And like I said, show me, I showed you. Look at this article. I'm gonna send you the article. The final article.
I'm gonna send you all 5 of these.
Okay, send it to me. Send it to me. No. Well, you talk about Newark now. I didn't even look into Newark.
Okay, Councilman, let us move forward.
There's multiple schools in Jersey City that was
Councilman,
built.
point
That
of
was one
order.
project. There's multiple
Point of
schools
order,
that's been built.
Councilman. Can we,
Multiple schools have been
Madam
built.
Clerk, please call the
show me
votes.
one.
Please call
Show
the
me
votes
one.
and close out, Madam Clerk.
No,
Madam Clerk,
show
please
me
call the
one.
votes.
And my phone is
Councilman.
Is not my.
Madam.
Is not from.
Madam.
One second, Council President. Is not he? He said it's from my country or something. I bought the phone from Verizon here. I don't think you have Verizon. Verizon got the best service in the United States. I got the best.
Madam Clerk, please
also
call
I
the
have the
vote.
best service.
Please
Thank
call
you.
the votes,
Your
Madam
vote,
Clerk.
Councilman?
I voted already.
Yes.
Okay. You rescinded your vote, right?
No.
Because
No,
you
he
spoke
did
again.
not.
Okay. Well, Council President,
I voted, yes.
thank you very much. The votes are 7 in favor, 2 absent. Workshop, public portion is closed.
Madam Clerk, please read the special meeting notice.
Meeting covered by 48-hour notice. Notice of the time, date, location, and agenda of this meeting was transmitted to the North Jersey Herald News, The Record, The Arabic Voice, Italian Voice, the Passaic County Post, Dominicana News, La Quisqueya International, El Especial, the Paterson Press, the City Post News, Tap into Paterson, the Weekly Bangla Patrica, in addition to any other publication duly requesting such notices. at or about 11 a.m. on January 7th, 2026. Such notices were posted on the bulletin board in the offices of the city clerk at City Hall. Council President.
So at this time, to the public that is present, we're asking if you can go into the hall. We're going into our special meeting and executive session for our workshop items that will be voted on or decided special meeting for workshop January 13th.
Yes, pardon me, Council President, I have to do the attendance.
Oh, so right after the Madam Clerk reads it into the agenda, right after that, if you can just go into the hallway until we ask you to return.
Okay. Okay.
Madam Clerk?
Yes. 1 second. Councilwoman Cotton?
Present.
Here, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Davila?
Present.
Councilman Jackson?
I'm here.
Okay. Councilman Kalik?
Here.
Councilman Mendez is absent. Councilman Omar?
Present.
Thank you. Councilman Omar is absent. Councilman Velez is absent. Okay. Councilman Jackson?
Yes.
Thank you. Council President?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, the votes are 6 in favor, 3 absent at this time. The special meeting is now open. Shall I read the notice?
Yes, please read the special meeting notice, Madam Clerk.
Okay. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, be advised that the Municipal Council of the City of Paterson has scheduled a special meeting for Tuesday, January 13th, 2026 at 8 p.m. to be held in the council chambers, 3rd floor, City Hall, 155 Market Street, Paterson, New Jersey, for the purpose of discussing the following matters. Resolutions. Resolution authorizing calendar year 2026 budget temporary appropriations, January through March 2026. Finance, resolution number 20:001. 2, resolution authorizing a municipal council executive or closed session in or join in the city council chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending litigation in the matter of Ioana Caminero versus City of Paterson Law, resolution number 26:002. Item number 3 is a resolution authorizing a municipal council executive.
At this time, we'll go into executive session to discuss those items. Raphael, if you will turn to the viewing public, we'll be back momentarily. 1 second before we go off. Our apologies. 1 second. Corporation Counsel is speaking to the clerk.
I'm reading the executive session items first. Okay. Where did I stop at? Did I read number 3? No, you read number 2. Okay, number 2.
Madam Clerk, can you do the roll call for us to go into executive session?
Okay. Item number 3 is a resolution authorizing the municipal council executive or closed session in or adjourning the city council chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending workers' compensation in a matter of Salvador Sierravina versus City of Paterson Law, resolution number 26:003. Formal action will be taken. Number 4, resolution authorizing the municipal council executive a closed session and/or joining the city council chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending workers' compensation in the matter of Glenda Lopez versus City of Paterson law, resolution number 26005. Formal action will be taken. Resolution authorizing the municipal council executive a closed session and/or joining the city council chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending workers' compensation in the matter of James Jones versus City of Paterson law, resolution number 26:005. Formal action will be taken. Number 6, resolution authorizing a municipal council executive a closed session and/or joining the city council chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending workers' compensation in the matter of Richard Prescott versus City of Paterson law, resolution number 26:006. Formal action will be taken. Number 7, resolution authorizing the municipal council executive a closed session and/or joining the city council chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending workers' compensation in the matter of Michael Haskup versus City of Paterson law, resolution number 26007. Formal action will be taken. Resolution number 8, resolution authorizing the municipal council executive a closed session and/or joining the city council chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending workers' compensation in the matter of Louis Sevillano versus City of Paterson law, resolution number 26008. Formal action will be taken. Number 9, resolution authorizing the municipal council executive a closed session and/or joining the city council chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending workers' compensation in the matter of Devon E. Rowe versus City of Paterson law, resolution number 26:009. Formal action will be taken.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Roll call to go into executive session.
Roll call to go into executive session. Councilwoman Cotton?
Yes.
Yes, she says yes. Councilwoman Davila?
Yes.
Councilman Jackson?
Yes.
Councilman Kalik?
Yes.
Councilman Omar? Yes. Everybody's at the... Council President?
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. We have 6 in favor, 3 absent. Executive session is now open.
Thank you. At this time, we're asking that the televisions are cut off to the viewing public. We will be back momentarily after the executive session is over. Thank you. Public, we are now coming back from our executive session and our workshop from January 13th for items 1 through 9, that we are ready for vote. Madam Clerk?
It's item 2 through 9, I'm sorry. 2 through 9 for executive session.
Okay, 2 through 9 for executive session, item 1 to be voted upon.
Okay.
Can we have a motion and a second to reconvene to come out of executive session?
So move.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Khalid, second by Councilman Davila and Omar. Roll call to go back into our workshop meeting of January 13th.
We didn't.
Special meeting.
We didn't complete
Look
this.
at him.
Oh, special
He went
meeting?
to the brownstone.
Roll call to go into our special meeting of January 13th. Madam Clerk.
Okay,
He
roll
went to the brownstone.
call to go into the special meeting. Councilwoman Cotton. Councilwoman Davila.
Yes.
Councilman Khalid.
Yes.
Councilman Omar.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Velez.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Udine.
Yes.
Councilwoman, Council President.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
I was at the end. Yeah, it's over.
6 in favor,
I'd like to
3
make people
absent.
It's just the, can you just?
We're now opening public portion.
See no one, move to close.
Motion to close by Councilman Khalid, second by Councilman Omar. Motion to close public portion. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Motion to close public portion of the special meeting. Councilwoman Cotton. Councilwoman Davila.
Yes.
Councilman Khalid.
Yes.
Councilman Omar.
Yes.
Councilman Udine. Councilman Udine.
Councilman Odin.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Councilman Velez.
Yes.
Council President.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Okay. 6 in favor, 3 absent. Public portion is hereby closed.
Item number 1, Madam Clerk.
Okay, item number 1 is a resolution authorizing calendar year 2026 budget temporary appropriation January through March 2026 February finance. Resolution number 26:001. Formal action will be taken.
So moved. Moved by Council President Mims, second by Councilwoman Davila and Omar. Roll call on item number 1, Madam Clerk.
Roll call on item number 1 for adoption. Councilwoman Cotton. Councilwoman Davila.
Yes.
Councilman Khalid. Councilman Khalid.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Councilman Omar. Councilman Udine.
Yes.
Thank you. Councilman Velez.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. And Council President.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you very much. The votes are 7 in favor, 2 absent. Item number 1 is hereby adopted.
Item number 2, Madam Clerk.
Item number 2. I mean, item number 10. I believe we sent item number 10. No, I'm sorry.
Item number 2 for vote.
Okay, where is it?
They all out of order. That's the thing. They all out of order. That's what happened.
Oh, it's item number 10, Madam Clerk. I'm sorry. Item 10.
I thought I said item, yeah.
Item number 10.
Item number 10 is a resolution authorizing settlement of pending litigation claim in the matter of Joanna Caminero versus City of Paterson. Law Resolution number 26:010. Formal action will be taken.
So moved.
Moved by
Second.
Councilman Udine, second by Councilman Khalid. Roll call on item number 10.
Roll call on item number 10 for adoption. Councilwoman Cotton? Thank you. Councilman Khalid?
Yes.
Councilman Udine?
Councilman Udine?
Yes, but we need another council member.
Councilman Velez?
We got 5. Yeah, we got 5. We got 5.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Council President, thank you. The votes are 5 in favor, 4 absent. Item number 10 is hereby adopted.
Item number 11, Madam Clerk.
Item number 11 is a resolution authorizing settlement of pending workers' compensation claim in the matter of Salvador Ciaravino versus City of Paterson, law, resolution number 26:011. Formal action will be taken.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Kalik, second by Councilman Udine. Roll call on item number 11, Madam Clerk.
Roll call on item number 11 for adoption. Councilwoman Cotton. Yes. Councilman Kalik.
Yes.
Councilman Udine.
Yes.
Councilman Velez.
Councilman. Yes. Did you say yes?
Yeah, they're all yeah.
All of them were comes.
Councilman Velez.
I don't see the name of the other one in this.
We already did it, you said no.
Also, I have to recuse myself in that vote because the name is not here.
Yes or no?
This is yes, no, or abstention.
No, it wasn't,
Councilman Velez, yes, no, or abstention. You have the floor.
number 11, he need number 10, that's what he wanted.
No, we're on number 11. Councilman.
You was number 10, you needed to do that.
No, but Councilman, you're in the middle of voting. You can't walk over to Corporation Council.
I'm recusing myself in this.
Okay, he's recusing himself. Madam Clerk, my vote is yes.
Thank you. Where's your name? Thank you. So he recused? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you very much. Okay, the votes are 4 in favor, one accused, and 3 absent. Sorry, 4 absent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 absent.
Right, 4 absent, 4 yes, and 1 recusal.
Right. Okay, so item number 11 is hereby adopted.
Item number 12, Madam Clerk.
Item number 12 is a resolution authorizing settlement of pending workers' compensation claim in the matter of Glenda Lopez versus City of Paterson, law, resolution number 26:012. Formal action will be taken.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman
Second.
Khalid, second by Councilman Udine. Roll call on item number 12.
Roll call on item number 12 for adoption. Councilwoman Cotton. Yes. Councilman Kalik.
Yes.
Councilman Omar. Oh, he's not here. Councilman Udine.
Yes.
Councilman Velez. Item number 12. Okay. Council President.
Yes.
What's your name? Where's her name? Okay, thank you. The votes are 5 in favor, 4 absent. Item number 12 is hereby adopted.
Item 13, Madam Clerk.
Item number 13 is a resolution authorizing settlement of pending workers' compensation claim in the matter of James Jones versus City of Paterson, law, resolution number 26:013. Formal action will be taken.
So moved.
So
Second.
moved by Councilman Khalid, second by Councilman Udine. Roll call on item number 13.
Roll call on item number 13. Councilwoman Cotton. Councilman Kalik.
Yes.
Councilman Udine.
Yes.
Councilman Velez. Council President.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. The votes are 5 in favor, 4 absent. Item number 13 is hereby adopted.
Item number 14, Madam
Item
Clerk.
number 14 is a resolution authorizing settlement of pending workers' compensation claim in the matter of Richard Prescott versus City of Paterson, law, resolution number 26:014. Formal action will be taken.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Velez, second by Councilman Udine. Roll call on item number 14.
Roll call on item number 14. Councilwoman Cotton.
Yes.
Councilman Khalid, thank you. Councilman Udine.
Yes.
Councilman Velez.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. And Council President.
Yes.
The votes are 5 in favor, 4 absent. Item number 14 is hereby adopted.
Item 15.
Item number 15 is a resolution authorizing settlement of pending workers' compensation claim in the matter of Michael Haskup versus City of Paterson, law, resolution number 26:015.
Move.
Formal
Moved by
action will be
Second.
taken.
Moved by Councilman Velez, second by Councilman Udine. Roll call on item number 15.
Roll call on item number 15. Councilwoman Cotton. Yes. Councilman Kalik.
Yes.
Councilman Udine.
Yes.
Councilman Velez.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Council President.
Yes.
Votes of 5 in favor, 4 absent. Item number 15 is hereby adopted.
Item 16, Madam Clerk.
Item number 16 is a resolution authorizing settlement of pending workers' compensation claim in the matter of Louis Sevillano versus City of Paterson. Law, Resolution number 26:016. Formal action will be taken.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Velez, second by Councilman Udine. Roll call on item number 16, Madam Clerk.
Roll call on item number 16. Councilwoman Cotton. Councilman Kalik.
Yes.
Councilman Udine.
Yes.
Councilman Velez.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Council President.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. The votes are 5 in favor, 4 absent. Item number 16 is hereby adopted.
And our last item of the evening, item number 17, Madam Clerk.
Item number 17 is a resolution authorizing settlement of pending litigation claim in the matter of Davon E. Rowe versus City of Paterson. Law, Resolution number 26:017. Formal action will be taken.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Councilman Velez, second by Councilman Udine. Roll call on item number 17.
Roll call on item number 17. Councilwoman Cotton. Councilman Kalik.
Yes.
Councilman Udine.
Councilman Udine.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Councilman Velez.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Council President.
Yes.
Thank you. The votes are 5 in favor, 4 absent. Item number 17 is hereby adopted.
Can we have a motion to close the special meeting of
Close.
January 13th?
Second.
Moved by Councilman Velez, second by Councilman Udine. Roll call to close the special meeting of January 13th.
Okay. Roll call to close the special meeting of, what is this? January 13th, 2026. Councilwoman Cotton. Yes. Councilman Kalik.
Yes.
Councilman Udine.
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Councilman Velez. Councilman Velez?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Councilman Omar. We're closing the special meeting. Councilwoman Dabla. Thank you.
Yes.
Council President.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. Mims.
Do you have any more?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The votes are 6 in favor, 3 absent. The special meeting is hereby adjourned.
Can we have a motion to reopen the workshop of January 13th?
Reopen and close?
Moved by Councilwoman Davila, second by Councilman Udine and Velez. Roll call, Madam Clerk,
Roll call to reopen
to open the workshop.
the workshop session. Councilwoman Cotton. Councilwoman Davila.
Yes.
Councilman Kalik.
Yes.
Councilman Omar.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Udine.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Councilman Velez.
Next time, we could do a motion and 2 action at the same time. Closing, open and close. My vote is yes.
Thank you. Council President.
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. The votes are 6 in favor, 3 absent. The workshop session is reopened.
Yes. Right before the motion to close on item number 7, to our BA and CFO, please be ready to give an introduction of that next week. We've been going over this for a while. I know there's been some miscommunication in the community, but the UCC codes and the sewer fees will be voted on the 20th. It's not scheduled for tonight. Just wanted to give that information. And to the public, no council member has voted on anything yet. The votes will be next week, and then after that, you can make your determination, but no one has voted on any of these fees. The votes will be on January 20th, next Tuesday. Is there a motion to close the workshop of January 13th?
Councilwoman,
To close, I have Councilwoman Davila, second Councilman Velez.
No, Ruby says it.
No, she has a discussion.
Oh, discussion?
Discussion, Councilwoman Cotton?
Yeah, I want my Black History honoree to be on regular.
Okay, what item number is that?
Mine is number 21.
Okay, so item number 21, we'll put that on regular.
And also mines, please.
Yours too, Council?
This is Centennial.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to speak on it.
So Just place all the honorees on regular, Madam Clerk, for
Yes,
Black
Madam.
History Month, please.
All on regular? Okay.
Yes, unless a Councilman Khalid, thank you. His will go on consent.
Okay.
Well, this a 100-year celebration. To me, that's special.
Yeah.
It's special,
Should I
100
put
years.
Councilman
It's special.
Jackson? He's not here.
You can, put it on regular.
He was on consent before, put it on regular?
You can put it on regular.
Okay.
Roll call to close out the workshop meeting of January 13th. Thank you, Paterson.
Who was this? I'm sorry, regular. Consent.
Roll
I'm
call.
sorry, it was Councilman,
It was Councilwoman
Khalid wanted
Davila,
his,
second by Councilman Velez.
No,
Roll
no.
call to close out the workshop of January
No.
13th.
1 second. I was asking the question if Councilman Khalid, you wanted yours on
He said
consent.
consent.
He said consent.
Okay, I just wanted to just confirm that, reconfirm that. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Roll call to adjourn the workshop session of January 13th, 2026. Councilwoman Cotton.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I just want to say to you all listening to our community out there, I want to wish you a Happy New Year's. I know we have not had a meeting since that. Also, I want to welcome our new BA, Josh? No. Huh? Stan. Dan. Okay, Dan, I'm sorry. And you don't, I know that you have, but I just want to welcome you aboard. I know that we're all here to work with you, and I know that you're going to have that open door policy if forever, you already shown that with me already. If I need to come into your office to discuss any items in there. I just want to say to the public viewing that if people are watching our council meeting, and it's not only adults, it's children, and they're seeing how the meeting is coming, and I think that we need to be very careful of what we do sometimes in our meetings. But I just want to say to my, I had really a good couple of weeks beginning this year. I celebrated with 2 football teams, our young people, the Silk City Cardinals, the Silk City Leaks. And I celebrated with the Wildcats at the Veterans Hall over there in Totowa. And you know, I want to say, I want to commend the parents and I want to commend the coaches of an outstanding job that you guys are doing to help our children, they're your children, but when you're helping your children, you're helping other children, because you're bringing them all together. And I want to say to you all out there, congratulations, you are doing an outstanding job of everything. When I went to those 2 events, one was held downstairs, and both of them was actually held down in the mayor's office, but the Wildcats had a special, they had a special one for their kids. They had like a sneaker ball, which I thought was a really nice idea of doing that. So I just want to say, keep up the good work, community. You know, always do what you can for people out there in the community. Help those that you need to help. Steer them into the right direction. Send them where they may need to be. Our office is always open. Madam Clerk and our Administrative Secretary, Sophia Alexander, they're always here. They get all kind of calls. So I just want to say to you, continue. God bless you all. And once again, Happy New Year's to my council colleagues, even though I done seen you, but Happy New Year's to my council colleagues, to my BA, to my Corporation Counsel, Amy Nabushi, and of course, my CFO, Javier Silva, and my Madam Clerk. Ladies, gentlemen, have a good evening. God bless you all out there. Thank you. Thank you. My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Davila.
Today was a very interesting meeting, and I'll start off also by saying to all, Happy New Year, as this is our first council meeting of the year. I want to thank each and every council member that is here today, but I have a special thank you and a special welcome to our new BA. I have full faith in you, as I've stated, and I'll continue to state it. Every person that begins working in our city always starts with an A in my book. I think that, you know, not to knock any other business administrator that we've had, but it just gives me great pleasure to see that you're an individual that understands governance because you've been part of the different branches. In addition, being an assistant BA in another municipality, your leadership while you were a councilman in Elmwood Park, I have to say, that I believe that you're going to do a great job because you have a good understanding, and that you do understand that, this council, everyone, has different interests or agendas, if we can say it that way, because everyone does have an agenda, right? A good one, bad one, or indifferent, but everyone has an agenda. And I believe that a good business administrator is going to understand each council member and what their wants and needs are. We do serve the community. You've served the community for so many years, so I want to give you a warm welcome. Sorry for anything that happened today, but for years you've been watching the council. When you were council president and I was council president, you would reach out to me, and we really didn't know each other, so I've got to know you throughout the years, and I am looking forward to working with you. Do not take anything in terms of me personal. I am very passionate. At times I may come across a little maybe not so nice, but I mean well, okay? So I just want to welcome you to the city of Paterson. I thank you for giving me an opportunity of being in this seat for almost 12 years. As your senior councilwoman at large, I am running for a 4th term. I will not allow anyone to come here, besmirch or slander or say that I have not been doing a good job. I've done the best that I could. I run on consistency matters. My work is shown by action, not by words. And so it does not matter who comes before this council to say that they're coming here or they want to remove the at-large members that are currently sitting. I can say this to you, with God's help and grace and all of you that believe in me, I know that I will be coming back to my seat because consistency matters. I'm also looking forward to working with my council president because I think it's important that we continue the work that we've started. So to my council colleagues, I look forward for your support. You've known me for years. You know how I work. If I have your support, I welcome it with open hands and arms and an open heart. If I don't have it, I'm going to be okay because the people have put me in this seat. To Madam BA, to Sophia, thank you so much for keeping it together. I know that it is a difficult task, okay? Did I say Madam BA? I meant to say corporate, I'm sorry. I'm so passionate. Madam Clerk. Okay, thank you, and to everyone in the City Council office, because I know that a lot of the work that is done behind the scenes takes a lot. And there's times where people are rushing here at 4:29 to give work that has to then take another hour or two, and everyone has their time where they come in and where they leave, and unfortunately sometimes some of our workers are not able to do that in a timely fashion. Corporation Council, I have much respect for you. The work that you do, you did not earn your degree by osmosis. You worked hard, you have a lot of respect. Sometimes it's embarrassing to see how you are addressed. You have been professional from day one. Sometimes I wanna kind of like get you mad to see if you can explode, but you have shown your professionalism and your class. As I've always called you, AAA, you are Class A, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Once again, to my CFO, Happy New Year to you as well, to the entire finance staff, to my officers that are here, to my police department as I chair the Public Safety Committee. I'm all about #1 public safety first. To Rafael Gonzalez and the entire team, Ryan, and all, thank you also, because while we're sitting here, right, they also have to sit here and wait for us to leave. Sorry that I took a little more time than normally I do when I'm closing, but I didn't speak that much today, and at the end of the day, I gotta let it be known, Davila is coming back. Thank you very much. My vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Khalid.
We are only in January, February, March, April, May. We all gotta go through this. passionate speeches. We'll welcome you back, by the way. We sound like a farewell speech to me. My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Councilman Omar.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Councilman.
Councilman
Never
Davila, I
did, never
approve that
will.
message. I really do. Mr. BA, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
I look forward to working with you in bettering our city. Corporation Council, you already know. I commend you for all your efforts and your work that you do day in, day out. And to my council colleagues here,
Right.
I look forward to seeing all of you back in May. With that being said, my vote is yes. Good night, Paterson.
Thank you, Councilman Udine.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you to the public, those who are watching this public council meeting today. Mr. VA, welcome to the city of Paterson. And I definitely like to shout out for your approach to meet all the council members, meet or speak personal level before you take the office, and it means a lot to me. And I see your intention, and I am ready to work collaboratively to see that our city is moving forward. With that intention, thank you, Corporation Council, always guiding us in the right direction. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. My vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Velez.
So I'm the last one to speak, but I'm going to be short this time. Mr. BA, thank you for the call that you gave me minutes after the NewJersey.com reported that you was going to be the BA. I was surprised, and I said, wow. I just read in the article I was going to write something, and in your behalf, supporting this initiative. And I'm going to say, like Councilwoman Davila said, that she have faith, right, Davila? That you have faith on the BA. Yeah, my faith start like the mustard seed with you, a little bit. Now, the relation is here. As I said before, everything starts with communication. If you highlight us and you answer, a healthy conversation will lead the right decision in the city. And to my colleagues that are going for re-election, I stated in a Facebook post, elections is not won by witchcraft and going to spiritual advisors and things that are not set based on witchcraft. People go to witchcraft and all those spiritual things to win election. In the past, they have done it. You know the story about who went to the mountain to win an election in Paterson way back and pour one of those written things to win an election. And he became mayor. He became mayor. So you don't need to, nobody needs to go that route. I always say you win an election based on substance, plans, government plan, and moving forward with the work that you guys been doing. And I was going to say this, and I'm going to say loud and clear. The residents of Paterson are not naive and stupid. The voters of Paterson are not. They watch this meeting. They know who comes to those podiums and want to bring good concept and plan and ideas and a good political platform, and they probably convince them. But when you see them using the freedom of speech liberal, slandering, attacking, and saying that we not, but they don't bring a plan, they don't bring substance, they don't bring good ideas and no solutions. So I think the resident of Paterson knows who to vote for. And I always got to say this, don't worry, sit back and let the Lord dictate the future of Paterson. The future of Paterson. So let's all continue praying for this city, for our police officers, for our personnel, for anyone that sit in this side and those that sit in the other side, that God could put in wisdom how to move the city together if we are together. Saying that, let's keep on praying for the Middle East, and let's keep on praying for the Caribbean. And I want to say thank you to Governor Murphy for his years of service in the city and the state of New Jersey. Also, I want to congratulate LD 35 Kenyatta Stewart, and also Benji Wimberley Abdelaziz, and their swearing, and also to the Latino immigrant or immigrant community. The state legislature passed a package of immigration reform or law to protect those immigrants in the city of Paterson and the state of New Jersey. So look to the headline news, look what it entails. I'm going to be doing a beautiful graphic on it for orientate my resident, because Paterson is a welcome immigrant city and there's space for everyone. So saying that, my vote is yes to close this meeting.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, Council President,
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
You going to change your vote?
Yes, I'm going to change my vote.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Councilman
Thank you.
Cotton.
Thank you. I'm so sorry, Madam Clerk. I forgot to say that today, and I really wanted to, but I just want to say congratulations to the 3 people in our 35th Legislative District. Of course, I was in Trenton today. My cousin, Benji Wimberley, Senator Benji Wimberley, being sworn in, and also I wasn't able to see my colleague that I sat next to for 7 years, Al Albaziz, but I want to say congratulations, and also to my nephew, Kenyatta Stewart, on being elected. I wish we could have been there tonight, but of course we had to do our council meeting here. And let me just say to the 2 officers here, I truly appreciate you guys. I truly appreciate it. I know we very rarely sometimes forget to acknowledge you guys, but I truly appreciate you. Madam Clerk, Council President, thank you. Madam Clerk, my vote is yes.
Thank you, Council.
To Paterson, first and foremost, we sat here, and I want to thank my council colleagues. We know that there was a swearing in tonight. We celebrate Senator Benji Wimberley, Assemblyman Abdelaziz, and Assemblyman Kenyatta Stewart on your victory and your swearing in this morning and tonight. And we council members felt the need to be in the council chambers to do the city's business and could not make it to the brownstone. I communicated that earlier to them. My congratulations, as we worked very hard to ensure that the entire row got elected. We're super excited, and we're looking for the partnership and the relationships that will continue to move Paterson forward. I want to say happy Founders Day to all of my sorors of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I wanted to be with you and celebrate tonight, but we had to do city's business. Thank you to my council colleague, VP Davila, on my wonderful gift. I'm in honor of our 113 years of sisterhood and service, social action and scholarship. To everyone, I want to say this, there is an election coming up in a couple of months. And I have to say, we picked up petitions and we turned them in, and we were certified from the very first day. And we are on the ballot. We are legitimate candidates that are running. My premise and my platform will remain professional without using anything to talk negative against any candidate, because my work speaks for itself. We have done a lot of great things here, and I cannot wait to be able to put it on display to show all of the things that we advocated for, all of the things that we worked hard for to make sure that we improved the city of Paterson. Is everything where it needs to be? No. But it's definitely not where it was when I got here almost 8 years ago. There's some things that have definitely improved. And someone made a statement and they said that I've lost my way. I've never lost my way. I'm born and raised in the city of Paterson from the 4th Ward. I've lived in almost every ward of this city, and there's no way I could lose my way because I don't need a navigation or a GPS to ride around the city. I know the city inside out, and I work here every single day. So the only thing that I have lost is possibly a few pounds sitting here because I didn't eat dinner tonight. But other than losing my way in Paterson, that is not the case. Paterson, you know who has done the work. You know that we are sitting here. Councilwoman Davila and I have been pushing hard and working, Councilman Uden as well. We are sitting here working and improving the things that need to be done in the city of Paterson. Do we always agree with the administration? Absolutely not. And behind the scenes, we know what to do in committee. We know how to come and make sure we say this is not how it goes. These are some concerns from the residents, and we want to work that. I also want to commend Director Corey Fleming and Chair of the Library Board, Errol Carr. I requested a meeting in our Finance Committee, and I want to thank our Madam Chair, Davila, and our CFO and Administration, and our new BA. We had a meeting today to try to bring some resolve and a new level of communication to ensure that our employees and all of the entities that are connected to the city of Paterson are definitely in a better place and that we're working in tandem. Thank you to our clerk, to our secretary, to our great officers for protecting and serving us, our BA. Mr. BA, I have to say to you, welcome. We've been friends for a long time. You know I've admired your leadership. You did a phenomenal job in Elmwood Park. And when I heard that you were coming, I was like, yes. And there's some things that I've already heard as we were communicating in conversation that I think are going to be well. And one of the things I said to you when we spoke in the beginning, I said, make sure you reach out to all council members. And you did that, and I'm excited, and I heard the excitement from Councilman Velez, which I think is important, that you build that working relationship with everyone. As Councilwoman Davila says, I start everybody with 100, and then whatever I don't see, it gets taken away from that. But I believe in working together because we are better together. Paterson, there are many events coming. We're in the middle of Dr. Martin Luther King celebrations. We have an event on Monday for Delta. We're doing it at St. Luke. There's also an event at Canaan Baptist Church, Reverend Graham's church, on Monday. Please keep our family in prayer. We've had several members that have passed away, and there will be funeral services over the next couple of days. So please keep my family in prayer and make sure we pray for each other. To Ms. Lagan, we are praying for you and your family, and to all people that have lost loved ones. Congratulations to all that have new babies and new siblings and all these great things. Continue to pray for our community, our children, our families, and most importantly, pray for yourself. Madam Clerk, with that stated, I think Raphael, thank you as well. Madam Clerk, my vote is yes to close the meeting.
Thank you, Council President. The votes are 7 in favor, 2 absent. The workshop session of January 13th, 2013 is hereby adjourned. Good night, Paterson.